What is happening? And welcome to your Thursday Night Delight. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Sean the Right Way. And joining me, as always, is my pal Max from West Coast Bricks. And tonight, we welcome a very, very special guest. For the first time, hanging with the Brickheads, we've got GIRLBRICKSALOT, Nicole, because we are... Dramatic pause, Nicole, so what we do. A couple of Brickheads. You got a nice bop going there, Max. Nicole's riding with it. I like it.
Ride the wave.
What do you think, Max? We need to ride it out here?
I think she needs to hear the whole thing.
Needs to hear the whole thing? Nicole, you deserve it. Here we go.
Yeah. First time.
We're going to do a little bit of a beat switch. Drop it, Max. Oh, God, I missed it. A little rusty. Go. Ooh,
what's that?
just a little switch up, you know what I mean?
Spicy.
High dollar producers and whatnot. Welcome to the chat. Girth Gang filling up the lobby. What is happening? Thank you once again for joining. And here we go. It's a couple of Brickheads. Episode 45, Max. Can you believe this?
45 weeks of ACOP going strong.
They say consistency is key, Nicole. I mean, we're trying to do this thing. I think we missed a Christmas or something, Max. There's been some people
it was
out
one weird week. Yeah.
It was one weird week. So I am fresh off the plane, I feel like, from a crazy week at BrickWorld Chicago. Brent joined me there. Nicole, I don't know if you went this year, if that's something you're planning to do.
I missed it. Maybe next year I'll go.
Yeah, we'll get into it a little bit. I'm sure, I mean, for me in years past, I definitely had FOMO, so I definitely had to go check it out. Well worth it. Great time, you know, fun for the whole family. And plus you get to meet, it's interesting because I have never really met other Lego YouTubers in person to that volume, if that makes sense. Like I've run into people like a Casey Neistat or whatever, but it's still kind of like the same effect where you watch them so much, you forget, like, you know them, but they don't know you. And you're like really comfortable with them, but they're like, okay, giant redhead guy, what's happening? You know?
Like, get away from me.
Yeah, you know, and so very, very interesting kind of meeting people in person, but everybody was awesome. Shout out to several people, but I'll tell you who was really cool in person, and I hope he had a good time because I know he was a little bit nervous about it, but BFAB Max was super cool.
Oh yeah, I heard he had a blast.
Yeah, he had a good time, and everybody just had great vibes. And yeah, I mean, everybody was, you know, I think when there's a lot of like-minded folks all having a good time doing the same thing, it creates a good, fun sort of environment. You know? But during that, Nicole, there was some news of during LegoCon, which I don't know if you were watching last year's. It was kind of a mess, but I feel like people thought this year was a little bit better. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out why. I mean, how did you feel about it this year's?
I mean, I thought that the beginning was a little long. It felt like a really long advertisement. And then it got better. I mean, they just came in with some like bangers that I was not expecting. I thought they were just going to keep dishing out the old sets we already know, and they got crazy. Yeah.
It was Max, a lot easier to watch this year compared to last year. Like the flow of it was a lot easier, which also helped the less jankiness from last year.
Max, you were on the sidelines on that one. Did you take it down live, or what were you?
I was both, actually. I had it live on my TV, and then I had the M&R on my phone, so I was getting
that's what I had.
Best of both worlds. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Watching all the festivities and then also on live. So it was
you were doing like a simulcast. Well, Brent from Brent's Bricks, hopefully he gets on soon, but he actually was in the now legendary M&R room on the scene at BrickWorld. We all got there. We thought, you know, he did mention like maybe we need to get there a half hour, 45 minutes early. I'm like, no, who's gonna want to watch? I'm like, who's gonna want to leave the show floor to go watch this thing? And he's like, I don't know, man. So we did get there about 15 minutes before. It was completely packed, but it had like little onesie twosies because you know how nobody wants to slide all the way over. And I was like, yeah, man, you can go for that. Like, I didn't fly here to sit down for, and he said it would only be an hour. And I said, I don't think so, man. I think it's like 2 hours. I think it was like 2:20. So he was like gone the whole
morning.
Well, I mean, it felt because the floor is only open, I want to say 10 to 4, which 6 hours, I mean, that's enough. But if you chunk out half of that, go see everything.
Yeah.
But he was staying on Sunday, so it wasn't a big a deal to him. And I know, yes, there's Bricklock. Shout out to Bricklock, another amazing dude that hung with us. He definitely had some major fanboying going on. He wanted to meet Evan bad. Not Bricklock, Brent.
Oh. He was telling me, like, it was a couple of weeks ago, he's like, if I meet M&R, I might fanboy a little bit. It's like a little tinkle in his pants when he met him.
Yeah, so he got to live the dream. To me, it makes the hobby toxic. What's that? The hobby doesn't need that drama. What is he saw?
I think he's talking about the $2.
No, people hate the castle. What are you talking about? What are we on? What are we on here? Let me just grab something here. By the way, we haven't done roll call yet. So we got to do a shout out. Josh Build Stuff. What is happening? Brightest Switch Bricks. Welcome to the show. Hidden Brick. Zisu. Nolani, we welcome you there. Thank you so much for joining. This is going to be yet another sort of recap show from our perspective of BrickWorld Chicago. Shout out to the Girth Gang. Girth Gang is not dirty, by the way. I just want to explain that to you, Nicole. It just means.
I was like, what channel?
Yeah.
Am I
what are we doing? I mean, it makes people kind of go, what's going on?
I was a little uncomfortable for a minute.
So in the early days of the show, we referred to a girthy set just kind of off the cuff, and people thought it was funny. And that is a set that's 1,000 pieces or higher, right? So that's all. Yes. That's all that about.
So worth your money.
Yep.
And see people get into it because there's connotations, but hey, this is an adult show, by the way. So adults welcome, 18 plus. Anyway, thanks so much for joining. Josh from Josh Build Stuff. LegoCon was long. Yeah, man. Well, you were there for 100 days. I did a 36-hour dipperoo, and I'm lucky I ran into you. I'm lucky I got to. There you go. #GG. I'm lucky I got to run into you for a few minutes, but I know we didn't get to hang, and you were getting torn in all directions. But it was good to finally see you and get a little bit of F1 combo going on in there.
Oh, I love F1. Love it.
And she loves F1. This is amazing.
I am in an F1 fantasy league, and it is
Josh, she's in an F1 fantasy league.
It is spicy right now. The app is trash, but it's spicy. It's good.
So how does that work? Is it like you pick drivers every week, or
so every week? Well, every week that there is a race, you pick drivers. You pick it before qualifying. So right before qualifying, once qualifying happens, you lose points if they lose places. You get whacked if they get disqualified or whatever. Like it. I don't quite understand the point system because it doesn't work like normal,
like the driver points.
Yeah. But it's the group chat. Let me just tell you this: like, I will have 80 mixed text messages by like the end of the weekend. It's horrible.
Does it get spicier than people saying "Girth Gang" in those?
It does.
All right. So yeah, no, I mean, I think it's kind of swept away. We had Josh on; he's a friend of the show, and he was like, I'm all into F1. I'm like, I've been hearing the rumbling, and I like to know what's popping in pop culture. I'll take it. You know what I mean? Someone will recommend something on Netflix, and I'll usually know within
this right here at all times.
Oh,
she has the big boy.
within
far.
when
Speaking of girthy, this is girthy.
Oh my God, she's just look at her. She's just jumping right into the culture here. You get it. Thank you. The Tra Company, did Nicole become even higher than she was before? F1 Fantasy League. Is this one of your followers? Welcome to the show, Tra Company.
Exactly.
Con life and this girl don't mesh well. Is this do they know you? Who is this person?
That's know. Emily. I don't know con life though. I don't know what that comment was.
Got it. Okay. Bring your pickles and mayo, the Try Company. Okay. Nicole and I follow each other. She's one of the good ones. There you go.
Thanks, Josh. Is that Josh from Josh Builds Stuff?
I don't know. It's hard
is.
it's hard to tell. Let's see. Josh.
I think he
Man.
builds stuff.
I think he does. That's awesome. Yeah, so we it seems like we already kind of jumped into BrickWorld, but any other thoughts on Lego Con? Like from my perspective, I ended up watching the replay, but usually like whatever, my own entertainment aside, I like for everyone else to be happy. And I just think that like there still was some cheese ball, definitely drawn out. They definitely wanted it to go 2 hours and it didn't need to, and definitely push stuff we don't care about. But the general sentiment felt better coming off of this year. And I think, like I said, for me, as long as everybody else happy, I'm happy, you know.
Yeah.
It sounds like they learned a little bit from last year.
I think so.
But yeah, into the BrickWorld Chicago. Wow. If either one of you been to a convention before, like a Lego convention?
Yeah.
You have?
No.
Which one did you go to?
I went to what was it called?
I went to a really terrible one.
Oh my god, it's like my mom brain. I tried to push it out because it was so bad.
I went to BrickFest Live.
BrickFest, that was the one. Thank you. Thank you.
No disrespect. No disrespect.
No disrespect.
It was coming out of COVID.
Yeah, and it was disorganized, right?
It was
It was a mess.
It was really small. It was like 30, which shout out to California. Gotta love it. Gas is now almost $7 by me.
Terrible.
It was like $35 with fees for this ticket. I think that's more what I had beef with. And I'm telling you, I spent about an hour in there and I was out.
I paid $85 for my ticket.
Did you get VIP?
Oh.
I got VIP. I got this stupid little minifig that's still in its plastic bag and a pin that said VIP. Let me tell you, for the price you paid, you were not that special. You still had to wait in the line, which we pulled up and I'm like, who's going to a Lego convention? Like, I kid you not, that line was thousands of people long. We got in.
There you go. BrickFest is effing garbage. Yeah.
It was a relief to leave. It was a relief.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Which is a shame because I think there were some really cool builds there. The organization was just terrible. It was terrible.
Well, and I forget if it was like, I know it was mid at the late, it was like early to mid 21. And so I wasn't generally thrilled about the idea of my daughter running her hand through buckets of Legos, you know, and they kind of said it was kid centric. So I said, you know, I think my wife and her had something else going on that day. It was definitely before my son was, anyway, so it was definitely first part of 21 or first half. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take one for the team here and see what's going on. I don't want, because she's going to want to play and I don't want to be telling her no. Like, that's weird, you know? So I was like, okay, I'll just go. I did a laugh. There was like 2 vendors and they were charging like $40 for the most common minifigs. And I'm like, I'm out of here, dude. There was like
and they had a little store there of sets and they were all sets you could just get at the Lego store at Target. At Target.
I know.
Unbelievable.
So Chicago's where it's at. I also hear Virginia's where it's at, but I know that a lot of people went to Chicago. We're going to figure out next year's strategy. I think variety is the spice of life. So I'm hoping, you know, to maybe hit Virginia next year just to mix it up. But you know, if the whole gang wants to go to Chicago again, I'm not opposed. So, picking up. You guys hearing like a rumble?
Yeah. What is that?
Is that you hard breathing, Max?
To me?
Yeah, get that away from your face a little bit.
It could be me because I ran to get my sunglasses. I could still
No, that was like 20 minutes ago.
I think I was like, I got my beard.
Right?
You'd be surprised. I get tired easily.
Yeah, guys, if you're new here, or even if you're not, be sure to smash that like button. We keep increasing week over week. You know, we hate begging for that stuff, but whatever you can do, spread the word, get the word out. But yeah, so let me do a recap. So Friday night, get to Chicago, immediately jump in an Uber and get to the hotel and a little dinner. My uncle has a restaurant out there. He ended up hosting us. It was us and a couple of friends. Bricklock was there. Shout out to Bricklock. There he is. And then Macro was there. Hopefully he stops by later. Bricklock, what was the name of the other guy? My bad. But there was like 6 of us. I don't know if you're familiar with Ryan from Munino Productions. Okay, GIRLBRICKSALOT, you got to check him out. He's a friend of the show. He makes great stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool dude. High quality.
What is it called?
He's very handsome. We like talking about how handsome. He's probably the most handsome Lego YouTuber, if I'm just gonna throw that out there. Yeah, now we're interested. Monino. No, I'm kidding. Monino, M-O-N. I told him we need to fix that name. M-O-N-I-N-O-W.
That's a very confusing name.
I know.
Is his last name mixed with like what
things?
Was it? Like, yeah, like
I don't know.
Things mixed together.
But on a serious note, he makes good stuff. Give him a sub and see what you think. But he's a friend of the show. So it was me, him, and Brent. We all had this room, and then Friday night I actually snuck into the convention floor, and I didn't have one of those handy VIP passes. Chef T was the guy who joined us for dinner. Thanks, Bricklock. And so I'm like walking around. Everyone's got their badges on. Well, Bricklock, who's an OG of the game, he's like, no one's gonna give a shit, man. Just go in there. And fortunately, I'm familiar with bending. I don't break, but I'll bend a little rule here and there. And I'm walking around. Josh from Josh Build Stuff. What do we got? Ryan is a delight. I got to chat with him for a while in person. He's great. He's like one of those like
that's
really,
a stamp of approval right there.
Well, it is. I mean, from I hope my endorsement was good, but Josh comes over top with his endorsement, but no.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
No, but he's one of those guys. He's one of the good. You hear he's one of the good guys, and he's genuinely nice. And people say that all the time, but he legit is one of the best dudes you can meet. So
okay, good.
Shout out to Ryan. I think he's going to be on Replay Gang tonight. But anyway, so we're sneaking around this thing, and I mean, no one gave a shit. Bricklock was right. I was in there 45 minutes doing laps, looking at stuff, guilt-free. Nobody was crowding us, looking at the mocks. All of a sudden, walk by one desk or one table in there, and this guy goes, "Hey, what are you doing in here without your badge?" And I go, I left it in my room. He goes, why would you leave it in your room? I said, well, we just got back from dinner. He's like, okay, so why didn't you go back to your room? I'm like, I'm not going up to my room after dinner, and then I have to come back down here. And then he stops and he looks at me and he goes, I'm trying to figure out if you're lying to me, but so far you're doing a pretty good job. And I don't know if Bricklock was standing with me or not, but that's kind of exactly how it went. And I'm like, cool. And I go, listen, he goes, well, because it was at this resort, this convention. And he's like, because we've had people from weddings and off the street just wander in here, and I want to make sure you're legit and part of the show or something along those lines. And then I said, dude, I flew all the way from California to be here. Like, what kind of nerd do you think I am? And I said, it's fine. I'm doing my final lap and going back, and we'll have our badge tomorrow, sir. But it was kind of funny. It was one of the show organizer guys. I later found out that I passed his lie test. So, I mean, what was I gonna do? I mean, I guess you steal stuff, but I mean, I don't know. And by the way, a lot of trust going on in these conventions.
Oh, yeah, all these millions of pieces of Lego just sitting there. People will walk in. That'd be hectic if something happened.
I mean, they don't have cameras on everything in there, Nicole. Like, so picture the shitty show you went to times 20 or something, and there's
like
just
space-wise.
Yeah, there's just like miles and miles and miles of mocks, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to pick up this entire Indiana Jones Temple Run scene and carry that out. But if I was like a, whatever, a couple of those figs are just sitting out there, some of them are 100.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 100. Well, the deal, $100, $200. So I'm sure they've got eyes on it somewhat, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of trust going on out there. And if anybody knows, and that's the thing. And Bricklock mentioned people would jump your ass if you tried something. So I think because it's so community and everybody there is in on it, I think, that it would be, I would say, it's more self-policed by the attendees, but you always wonder. I'm just saying, like, if I set up a mock ever, my figs are coming home and I'll replace those in the morning.
Yeah, that's too valuable. You're just gonna leave those laying around? Yeah,
because I've done trade shows and left product like demo units under my table, and they've disappeared. Not every time, a couple times in my career, but like, but they're like high dollar electronics, and there's no eyes everywhere in the sky, and there's no one at the door going like, is that yours? Is that you? Because people, it's just so many people coming in and out. But anyway, a lot of trust going on, and that's why, I guess, because people, it's just a code, I guess. But I'm just like, wow. So because I was like, oh, is that why they're policing us? Like, what's going on? But no, it was fine. And then did that, and yeah, and then the next day was the show, which was a blur. I mean, for the guys that been there all week, like Josh and the Avengers crew and a couple other Lego Avengers crew and all this other people that have been there a week. I'm sure they were maybe over it by the time the show started to a degree, because they got in like, I don't know when Josh specifically did, but people that have been there all week, it must have been like
exhausting,
a grind. And plus the fun part isn't
the show.
No, the show's there as a backdrop, but it's really just the opportunity for everybody to hang out. And so from that perspective, it was super cool. And fun fact, we've been doing this show for almost a year, and that was the first time I actually met Brent in person. So,
seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we met on
the moments.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take us through the first time you locked eyes at the airport.
Oh yeah, I didn't even do that. So I skipped right past that emotional moment. We got off the plane and we finally saw him, and it was just like a movie. You know, we ran towards each other, very, very tight embrace, and then we got into an Uber. That was with Ryan. Yeah, that's how it began. But no, it was cool. Bricklock, I would tie someone into a pretzel if I saw something. Yeah, okay, we get it. Is that why you were there late night?
That's vicious. That's scary.
Let me tell you something. Bricklock's one of the, well, I guess Max would be too, but I'm a relatively tall dude at 6'4", but he was like my height, and I felt smaller next to him. And Max, you're what, 6'8"?
6'7".
6'7". This might be the largest. This might be the. We should all roll deep in there, Bricklock, next year, and just have like a 6'4" and up gang or something.
That would be.
Because Brent's 6'4" too, as well. So it's like, you know.
Be like, who are the lengths?
Hours.
Well, we're meeting all these people we haven't met in person, and some of them are, you know, a lot of them are in the 5 foot range, and we're like,
average.
Hey, good to finally meet you.
Oh my god!
Like life's 5'8".
Life's 5'8" gang. There you go. It's all right. That's all right, life. I'll give you a big hug too, buddy. But no, and like Shy, I would consider one of my good buds, you know, on the platform too. But I've already hung with him, so there was no shock there. You know, I already met Shy, and we knew the size situation. He made some videos illustrating how much taller Brent and I were, so hopefully those go up at some point.
I want to see those.
Bricklock, I'll bounce for anyone. I was practically Macro's bouncer. Standard average 6 foot here. Perfect, dude. Yeah. Jared, 5'11" gang. See, look at this. We have the largest largest chat on YouTube. We should claim that. Are we allowed to do that?
I guess so.
Who's stopping us, right?
No one.
All right. And then what else? So there was some shopping going on. I was hoping, I'm not sure what's going on with Brent, but I was hoping we can get into our hauls later. But I will tell you, prices on the show floor, for anyone wondering,
insane.
They're a little bit high. Mm-hmm. And by that, I mean the people's setting the prices. They were high on something, because some of this stuff was insane. There was like 100% markup on some of it.
What?
Stuff that was 20 or 30% markup. They had the Poe. I'll give you an example. Poe Dameron, the black and orange one, $250 new in a box.
What?
And I'm like, that's $125 to $150. Yeah, that's just
buying that.
Nobody. It sat there. Okay. I monitored the situation. Now I know you can make cash offers, and I ended up haggling. So I think they might bump it up because they know haggling's coming. The other thing I heard is it is a public show, and I did see a lot of kids with Mom Dukes in tow, and they're just like, that one. And they're like, here's your overpriced $250 worth $125 set, sir. So you know what I mean? It's like people in the know are like, nope. That's not the actual BrickLink value or whatever. But from what I heard, and this is what I missed out on because I didn't have one of those cool passes, is there's a garage sale that goes down after the show ends, and that's where the attendees go back to their cars or their rooms and bring all their shit in there to sell.
What?
Yeah, and that's where the steals
like
and deals were.
Actual
Yeah.
prices.
Yeah, and sometimes way lower because maybe by the end of the con, they're like, I got to pay for all this stuff. I got to
ship back.
Garage sale, yes. Most people, I think, don't buy from the vendors. Yeah, I did a little bit. Bricklock saying it was epic. I missed out. He's such a good coach. He's like a player coach, Bricklock. He was there, kind of whispering stuff in my ear the whole time. He's like, that's Steve. He's a good guy. He's a king of the he's the king of the minifigs. I'm like, all right.
That's good comment.
We got to get Bricklock on here. That was just so fun. He's like my favorite guy now. Most people don't buy from the vendors. Yeah, I mean, look, I didn't want to. There again, sometimes they get caught slipping though. You know what I mean? For some places that had a set $100 over what it should have been, then you'd go around the corner and it'd have a minifig for 10 less than it should, or what, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it kind of balanced out. And by the way, I mean, I always go in with a number and meet in the middle. I do a little bit of that for work. So I got like a couple of things, but I heard the outright robbery steals are at this garage sale where you're getting stuff like 50% off, brick value and stuff. Yeah, that's where it's at. So just
worth it to go for just that,
Well, and it's funny because everything's a learning experience, right? And this was my first legit con, and I've learned a lot. I learned definitely need more time, definitely want to get in earlier, definitely need the cool badge, because I thought you had to like build a mock to get the badge, and that's a common misconception. You can just get that, and that just basically lets you hang, and you can work side deals. Now, I know if we talked a lot about shopping, I'm not a mocker, so I was there for two things: to see my buds and meet folks I knew online, and to get a little bit of a haul go. So but the first one's a learning experience, and now I know what to do for next time, and definitely want to stay on site. We stayed off site. We had like a 2-bedroom suite because there was a lot of us in there, and when I was 22, that was cool, 4 dudes to a room, but
nope, not anymore. No,
it's a little cramped.
Yeah. You've been going since 2012. A lot of these guys. I got shy some killer deals from my friend. That's awesome. There you go.
I know who I'm going to look for next year.
Yeah, Bricklock. He's the tall guy who knows everything.
The bouncer.
Hey, what's up, Titanium J? How you doing, bud? Sorry, I didn't get to meet you. I know Brent did, and hopefully you like the intro we did. Shout out to Hive and Doc for Good Morning BrickWorld. I think Brent filmed the intro for them, so that was cool. Titanium J sold 3 sets of the garage sale, made back all the money you spent in the last 4 days. Now, Jay, somebody name dropped you earlier today in a video. You gave somebody a steal of a deal on a fig or something. Now, were you given good deals at the garage sale? Was it depending on who it is? Walk me through your strategy, Jay, if you don't mind, in the chat. You're going in there. Are you just looking to recoup the money? Are you giving steals and deals? Are you staying pretty firm? Like, what's the mentality? I guess it varies for everybody, but just curious what goes on there. Is it a known hookup thing for you? Kind of a weird phrase. Were you hooking up in there as well? Well, I heard somebody giggle. I'm like, what'd I say? Oh yeah. Made some nice trades. Lego boy, what is happening? But yeah, so then there was that, and then I bounced. I was on a plane at 7 a.m. the next morning. So,
oh my god, what?
Yeah.
Is it only one day long, or is it?
No, there's 2 public days, but
yeah,
Sunday was Father's Day, and
right, you want to get out of there.
Well, I wanted to see my kids on Father's Day, so I landed at noon California time, which meant I had to leave super early out of Chicago. But it gave me enough. I think I slept really hard like the day after that, and I'm still feeling it like a few days after. So, all right, Titanium J, tell us what really goes down, since I wasn't in this garage sale. I gave good deals at the garage sale, but still managed to make a lot of money. I was selling Star Wars sets, so making money was easy. Yeah,
you're running around the yard.
Yeah, you're running around with Star Wars sets, and that makes it pretty easy.
He knows his audience.
Okay, guys, carry it for a second. It won't be Harlow time. Hang on.
Perfect.
I love it. That's hilarious.
Usually Harlow comes on and we get a little Harlow time during the show, but
Not
it's
tonight.
bedtime for her. Yeah, usually
He's
it's a
like,
little
I
late
gotta.
for her.
That's so
Okay,
funny.
so what other people who went to BrickWorld, what other sets do you guys get? I know there was a bunch of. I know Sean got a bunch. I don't think we'll see, but I don't know. I'm curious to see what type of sets
Yeah,
people got.
I can imagine a lot of Star Wars stuff.
I know. Like, I saw a bunch of videos of people like getting all these sets, mainly Star Wars, but like I don't know. Like I feel like there's not a lot of those one-off sets being sold there, like a Home Alone house, like those type of.
Yeah,
But it's more of the mainstream themes being sold there.
I wonder if
So.
people, because probably minifigs is probably a big one.
Oh yeah, like people have like those big old stands, like
Yeah,
300, 400 figs up.
that's
But
insane.
Sean FaceTimed me halfway through, and he's like, "Is this like worth what it is?" It was like I think it was a slave layup, but it was like $60. I'm like, "There's
Oh
no
my
shot. That's $60."
God,
I was like, "That's
no.
probably like 20 or 30."
Yeah,
So that's one thing that I think
it's
is
the
like
impulse
100%.
that gets people.
Oh yeah. Oops. I got messed up. All right. But yeah, like people like it's
Stop
there in your
clicking
face.
things.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
I know how to do this, brah.
You leave for 1 minute.
We've had a very important Band-Aid situation. She wanted a dinosaur Band-Aid. Apparently the one I gave her wasn't working for her, but I'm happy to report the dinosaur is now healing a little boo-boo.
Good.
That's where I was.
That is great. That was awesome.
I don't know if we covered this comment. Just kind of went to garage sale at night, a spur of the moment thing, did a little research, and basically half the BrickLink price to make them all sell easy. See, 50% off.
Man.
And now I guess it started early, and so a lot of stuff was gone really early.
Oh.
And yeah, like this, they said it was starting at 8, I think, but then I heard it like kind of just broke out organically at 5, and a lot of stuff was like. Anyway, that's one of those things that you learn, you know, that might have been worth it to spend, you know, on the upgraded ticket, because then I could have saved on a bunch of purchases potentially.
Mm-hmm.
A lady grabbed a sealed. Yeah, that's right. Someone was telling me a sealed BB-8 for 110.
Wow.
Oh, there was what's up, Ryan?
Oh, that's nice, Ryan. I wish I went to the garage sale. Really? Because you were hanging out with me the whole time, not at the garage sale, jerk. No, I'm kidding. We had well, no, honestly, Ryan, we're just kind of both kind of whacked out at that point, and you know, Brent's like, "I'll go," and so Ryan and I had a very romantic deep dish pizza at the hotel while he was over there.
That is romantic. At that point,
I didn't want to spend another whatever to upgrade to the ticket for 3 more hours. If I was going back on Sunday, I would have got to upgrade it, but I was like, whatever. And I already kind of spent my stack before that, so I was like, "Hey Brent, text me the deals." Yeah, right. It's every man for himself. He got in there. He's like, like, oh my God, there we go. Is that Ryan, the most handsome YouTuber? Yes. Let's get a good look at this. Look at this, guys. And that's only half of it. Imagine if he had like the full half of the other half on his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there you go. And I think that's one of the coolest things, honestly. And he's not. I don't know. He doesn't like getting complimented too much, but like most normal people. But honestly, that's been the feedback. Like everyone, he's so cool in person. He's so nice. Okay.
Dinos didn't work.
Night, honey. Now left her bare in here. We're all set. You missed all the nice things we were saying about you, Ryan. Yeah.
Like 15 minutes too late.
We'll pile him on again. No, he's the best. He's the best temporary roommate I ever had. What can I say? Oh. Glad you were able to pop by, bud. I'm kidding. We had a great bro date. That's right. Hey, we saved a lot of money by just having pizza. What can I say?
You're in Chi-Town. You got to have the pizza.
Yeah, we did. We did a tour of pizza, because a little known fact in Chicago, here's a little travel tip. Everybody thinks it's deep dish, and it is, but they're thin crust, which is funny because it's actually just like regular pizza. It's not actually thin crust as people know it. Is bomb too. So, you know, people running around going like, "I don't want that. It's like lasagna." You don't have to eat that. You can have
regular pizza.
The regular pizza is jamming too, but I'd still give it to New York on the thin stuff. And then there's really no competition for deep dish. And also low key shout out to Connecticut. They've got some fire stuff, but yeah.
Connecticut has some great pizza. Oof.
Bricklock with the kissy lips here. It's getting out of control. Draw company. That's how I feel about Nicole. She's so hot, but also down to earth and funny. Okay.
Thank you.
Pizza in Chicago is just awesome. It is. All the food there is great. And that was it, and then I got on a flight and kind of back we went. There was a very significant event that happened. Nicole, you were asking about it before the show.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Yes.
So let's get into it. I mean, look, he's he's not here.
I wasn't even here.
He's not even here to bask in the glory, Max. It's
I know. It's sad times.
It's very sad, but yes, I'm happy to announce that Brent got his $2 back. And it was a long campaign. It was an exhausting campaign, but he finally did it. Sound the alarms. Brent got his $2 back, Max. Very, very emotional. I was there. I was on the scene. I was actually the cameraman.
There were tears?
Yep. There was tears. There was emotions. There was hugs. There was tears. There were words said. There were faces made. There was silence. There was, it was awkward. Like there were nerds around. There were cool people around. There was people who had no clue what was going on, but 4 people did. There was the temperature was average. It was I don't know. This has all been blown completely out of proportion, but that's what makes things fun. And so we, Ryan, you were there. Can you set the mood a little bit? I wish Ryan could pop in here, but Bricklock, BRICKSIE was short. I was not prepared, dude. In fairness, everybo's short to you and guys like me. He was, he's not the tallest man in the room. See, and Ryan, you make me feel short. And Ryan's 6 foot, so there you go. But all right, so I'll set it up. Do you have the footage, Max, ready to roll when I'm ready? Okay, cool. So let me set this up. We know about the temperature and everything. So this whole time, Nicole, we're planning on meeting him, and I think we all thought it would go down on the show floor. Okay. I don't know. We fantasized about it last week, like, hey, we're gonna be in a convention and he'll be surrounded by people all wanting to take selfies and sign in his auto and all that stuff, and then we're going to roll up on him and go, hey, the $2 thing? Because people have taken this and just gone to his channel and are trolling him. Yeah, like I was kind of feeling bad about it. And I was like,
joke that went too far, but you can't stop it.
And actually, we did a role play exercise on last week's show of like, what would he actually say if he ran into BRICKSIE? Oh God. And it was nothing like anything like that. So anyways, it was the night we got there. It was just prior to my sneak around. Remember when I got popped on the sneak around and No Badge Jones going through there? And so it was like literally the moment we set foot on the campus of this show, it all got thrown to shit and we ran right into him. And Max has the footage. Unbelievable. Whenever you're ready, bud.
We might have an issue. It's not supporting the file.
Cool.
This is great.
Next week on you have the original.
Here, give me like 2 minutes.
I can give you a few minutes. We can keep talking. I mean, God, we've drawn this out for so long. But
the anticipation, man.
Well, what's great is now, was it a reel or a story or what was it, Max? BRICKSIE was ready for it. He sent a story or a reel.
Oh, yeah, like if you know, the little thing that people used to do.
And he had his $3 ready in a story, which was super cool. So like he knew it was going down too, but I just don't think anybody knew exactly when it was going down. Bricklock, what the fuck, Max?
Yeah, coins was the best part. It wasn't $2. It was the coins.
Coins?
Now I'm questioning, is that disrespectful? He
like,
blew.
here's my
Spoiler alert. He gave him coins, but in fairness, he gave him, I don't know if you've seen one of these, Nicole. It's like a dollar coin. And then
Sacagawea coin?
Exactly.
Are we still allowed to call it that? But
how does he have that?
That's what it was called. They probably made a new thing because, right.
Yeah.
And then 2 50-cent pieces. And I'm thinking like, I think he like had those, but never converted it in Canadian. He had it laying around and he's like, you want that $2? I'm gonna
Those are really hard to get.
Well,
I haven't seen one in a long time.
He's not going to spend them. But I was like, it would be funny. Silver dollar. Sorry. What would be funny is like, what if the coins he gave him are worth like hundreds of dollars or something?
Yeah. Like
one of them was
silver.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, we're almost there.
Cool.
And
Yeah, he gave him a silver dollar and 2 50-cent pieces.
It's unbelievable.
Bricklock you're the same, right? Bricklock 6465. I think we did a height off. I think we were the exact same height. But yeah, he was ready. Shy, what up, man? We just shouted you out. Shy, we were talking about meeting people for the first time. I knew what to expect with you because I already met you, but I think it's funny when I roll up on people for the first time and I'm like gigantic. It's like, the hell's going on? This is Brent's $2.
Here, buddy, I got your $2.
No. He's giving you the $2.
I've been carrying around $18 in case you only had a 20. Dude, this is cooler than $2 because it's like commemorative. You know, you don't see pieces like this. I'm putting. Should have gave him a 2. Hey, forget Lego VIP coins. This is more special than that.
Is the beef squashed? Are we gonna leave him alone about your $2?
Dude. No, listen.
It was all in fun. It was. I was trying to DM you and stuff, but you're busy.
No, when he first did the thing on the podcast,
I gave him
had
his
no
chance.
idea it was coming. I was thrown off by it. I was like, wait a minute, we're doing this right now? And then it just
did you hear actually what happened or no? You were completely unaware. He sent you a super chat. Can you pause for a second? To do to be successful on YouTube. So on one hand, it's like he's kind of stunned by this, but on the other hand, I found out that he made that video. No, but he's not. He's not confused. No, he looks
relieved. He looks relieved. He brought, finally, this can go away.
That was his most flattering pause. And by the way, he was super awesome in person. We talked, not with a camera in his face too. Right, so he was super chill. I want to make that clear. We're all good with BRICKSIE. And no, but he's seeing, I think he was confused about the origin of it a little bit, but he was aware it was a thing. So I just wanted to clarify, he knew it was a thing, and he probably was like, I don't know why this is important to anybody, but the fact
the internet, that's why it's important.
Because the internet, that's what I said. I'm like, I think you said, why was this so funny? I'm like, why is a roller skating horse funny? It's just something you look at, and some people will push it, I don't know. We just mentioned it on the show and it gained traction. You know how that goes. He's like, okay, yeah. Anyway, roll it. I just wanted to explain he was kind of seeming confused here, but maybe, he probably tired from a long day too, but he was a good sport and he is super nice. Your mods go, no self-promotion. And so he's like, F that channel because, he wouldn't even answer my question.
I'd say F that
channel. Whatever. I'd say F that channel. Bullshit.
If you look at my other channel, I made a video with the top 10 things that go there. Oh, you have another channel that's okay. You just got to be passionate and work hard. There you go. Dude, I'm not. Yeah, and
we've been hyping it. There he is. He's a good dude. We told you it's all fun.
Everyone's gonna be everyone's gonna be pissed at tomorrow, at the convention, oh, are you gonna see him? And it's it already happened, bud.
We were gonna, because we were maybe now he's loosening up. Floor, and we're gonna say hey, remember this Brent thing and and whatever. It's over with. There it is.
Oh, he was a good sport.
Guys, we delivered. All right.
Yeah, that was nice.
I'm going to give ourselves come on, Max. We really
guys.
I know you're new to this.
You squashed it. You squashed it.
You're new to this. You're new to this, Nicole, this whole drama thing. But for those who've been following it.
No, there's drama in other parts of the community.
No, yeah. I know. But hey, Stud, dude, I met Stud too. He was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, he was awesome. He coached me on my little vape habit. He's like, knock it off, No, but he's good shit. He was great to meet in person. Stud, we got to give you the full. No, I'm sorry. I call you City. It's weird calling another man Stud repeatedly.
I know.
But
City.
Yeah, I got to call him. Plus, City's kind of a cool ass name, honestly. But anyway, he was super cool. We didn't get to hang a lot, but he was just like me. We were running around looking for steals and deals. Bro, I quit. I know you did. I'm saying you coached me. You're telling me to get off the shit, so I know. But he was. It was good to meet him. But yeah, look at this, another squashed beef. And so, with that, we're gonna end the show. We have nothing else to no, I'm just kidding.
Show's done. Cancel it.
I got to get advice from life on how to start new shit. You know what I mean?
I know you need new beef.
We need fresh beef to grill.
Yep.
But,
yeah.
happy to say though, honestly, he was a good sport about it.
He was.
Once he was aware, and remember that was the night before the show. Ran into him a few times. There was some hey, what's up, selfies, poses, and then he actually, you see the thumbnail that we put up. That was on a completely different day, with the both of us tower sandwiching him that we put in the thumbnail for tonight's show. So shout out to BRICKSIE. Thank you for being a good sport, sir. Even though you probably didn't understand half of it, he played along.
Unwilling participant.
He was an unwilling participant from smaller guys, maybe possibly leveraging bigger guys to get a little pull. But it was honestly such a fast. Well, the thing is, like, you bring him up and it's like, it's kind of like Jang, I think too. Like when you're that big, you're gonna have, lovers, haters, whatever, you know what I mean, when you get to that size. And I think that's what made it compelling, because there's a lot of fans of his, and then there's some that are not fans, and like whatever, and like I sit with, like, I was a bigger fan of some of his earlier stuff. I still think he's doing cool stuff and I wish him well, but I definitely understand why people love him and why they don't love, you know what I mean? So that's just what makes it interesting. Hidden Brick, you're nobody, respectfully. Jeez. Okay. Oh, that was breaking loose. It was like a field goal, Sean. Yeah, exactly. It was like a 50-yarder, boom, in the wind.
You should have Macro on the picture with his arms up.
And Brent, if you go to Brent's Bricks Insta, he's got a nice picture of him with the coins laid out in his hand. And I think, like, I guess, the other thing that's great, we touched on the coins earlier, but how cool is that he didn't just give them $2, that there had to be a little extra spice on the
coins,
on the coins. And what does that mean?
Pennies.
Brent was so concerned that he only had a 20 on him that he actually had change.
$18.
That was the best line. I
had $18.
I brought $18.
God, nice to meet you. Hi, how's it going?
Oh,
I
yeah.
$18.
I brought $18. So guys, look, I mean, we wanted Brent to be here. He had some stuff to take care of at the house. Perhaps we'll get his perspective next week, and that'll be the last time we talk about it, because maybe there's some other twists, but I don't know, guys. It doesn't get any realer than that. Sorry for by the way, the potato vision. My video was crispy 4K and actually looked good, but I tried to send it to Max and there's some kind of truncation going on. So apologies. It was blurry, but I think the audio is
Instagram and it'll be crispy.
Why was the Canadian carrying $50 anyway? I don't know, man. People carry coin. Like, no, the reason I thought maybe he had it left over from a previous trip is I cashed out money in England, and it's like, well, what do I do with these coins? I'll just hang on to them in case I go back, I guess. So maybe that was one of those types of deals. Potato cam. Yeah, exactly. All right. So that's that. If anyone wants to talk about it again later, we might, but that's the thrilling conclusion. I think we did everything we could there, Max. So
now, do we switch it to loves BRICKSIE, or I guess like
funny you mentioned that.
Okay.
I don't know. We got to find out, does he love him now? That'll be a teaser for next week's show, perhaps. So there we go. All right, Nicole, thanks for being a good sport and going through our wacky.
I loved it.
We covered a little bit of LegoCon, BrickWorld, sort of behind the scenes from a rookie with some veteran help, and then the Brent's $2 things. Now it's time to getting to learn more about you. Yeah, I would just say, like I said before the show, I was just scrolling through, and you hit my algorithm somehow, so I'm like, oh, here's a new face on the scene, and I was like, okay, let's see what's going on, and I watched, and I'm like, oh, look at it, she knows her shit. Okay, cool. And I think what's cool is you just have like a friendly, engaging personality.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and you actually. Like I said, know the sets, know the lingo, and I think people are maybe a little protective of the space sometimes. People coming in and just like, oh, Lego's a thing. Let me just use that as a platform. You know what I mean? And seeing an opportunity. So there is a little bit of that vetting probably going on. But I'm like,
for sure.
Oh, okay. And then a couple of vids in, and it's like, oh, that's cool. And then you go live. We were mentioning that you go live, you do builds.
Yeah.
Had a strong presence on Insta. And I think, after a month or so of just catching your stuff, I was like, she would be cool to come on. And I knew I was right, because you've been cool. Well, I mean, you're cool as shit already. Look at this,
Thanks.
Right? We're always complimentary of our guests, but she's actually
thank
cool.
you.
Right, Max? What do you think?
Yes, She
Oh,
passes
that
the
means
vibe
a
check.
lot. Thank you. I know. I
Fast
was like
and fast.
super nervous. I had the shakes.
Don't
before
be, I
getting
told
there.
you, no, we're fun. This is light rails kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, let's just start at the beginning. Like, talk to us about you with the hobby. Did you start as a kid? You came back to it. Kind of walk us through your Lego journey, if you will.
Yeah, so I had Lego as a kid, but I didn't have sets, and it was because my dad is an engineer. So he was like,
Ah,
"You're gonna create
Mm.
things. I'm not gonna give
nice.
you a plan to follow. You're just gonna play." So I played with just loose brick as a kid, and then but I was pretty outdoorsy. Like I never didn't really spend much time inside anyways. So then went through my teenage years, went through my 20s, and then the typical story of COVID hit. Now, in my dark ages, I had still played with Lego here and there. Like I bought a set or two at different times, like nothing crazy. Like I mean like the 3-in-1s. Like I never bought like an actual like set. And then right after COVID, I got pregnant and I was like, yeah, I need something to fill my time right now. And my husband and I decided to pick up some Lego as like a date night activity.
Nice.
And then it just spiraled from there because like the weekend after that happened was May the 4th weekend. And that was when I encountered
Now, who's the Star Wars person? You, him, both of you?
both of us are.
Really?
Both of us. Yeah. So
Congratulations.
I know, right? Yeah, he's very lucky.
Yeah, I was saying that to him, by the way. I'm
yeah, he's very,
but it's mainly dudes. Okay.
He's a lucky guy because it's funny. He and I like the same things. We both like to game. We both like to do Lego. We like the same things, so it makes it very easy to run with my hobbies. So yeah, we went to the May the 4th release day.
Now that was the R2D2 year, or what year was that?
The R2D2 year. So
Okay.
I'm still new.
Yeah.
And I jumped right in with R2. And
tricky on that. I'm not trying, but that third leg we always talk about. That third leg on R2 is difficult. I screwed it up. I had to open the whole thing. It was crazy.
I have heard horror stories of it.
I spent 3 to 4 more hours than I needed to. I had to, because I was like, oh, okay, it all makes sense later.
Yeah.
Well, I tested it, right? When you're building it, you test it at the time, and it wasn't perfect, but I'm like, you know how things have a way of correcting themselves further into a build? So I'm like, oh, that's what it is, because I know I did this right. Nope. Right. And when you're talking Technic,
you can't mess up.
His inside is all Technic. Yeah. And it was like, and now I understand why people gripe about Technic, because I haven't had a big problem with any Technic stuff, fortunately, but now I understand why people get pissed.
And it's funny because, well, when I got back into it, we were both into the Star Wars stuff because it was the Star Wars stuff that got us back into this hobby. And so we started buying up all the Star Wars stuff, and I was like, I'm not going to buy a second freaking set. Like we're doing doubles here. I said, I'm going to expand. I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere else. So then I started buying like the ideas sets. And then now there's nothing I don't touch except for Marvel. I don't touch that, but
because you haven't watched it, right?
I haven't watched any Marvel movies.
I'm going to coach you through that. You were talking to your friend on a stream respectfully. I need to tell you. Respectfully, he was all over the place. He's a nice guy, but he was like all over the place.
Help me.
I will. You got to see it just because you can like follow it. Although I kind of don't want you to see it for the very same reason that I'm not watching Harry Potter. If you catch my
drift. Yeah.
You catch my drift, because I know what's going to happen.
You're going to get into it.
I'm going to get into it, and guess what they sell? Harry Potter.
Oh, I know.
But if you want to get into Marvel, I can skip around a couple things and help you, because when my wife was on maternity, well, you want to be able to have and everybody's hype about it, and then you got to sit out every time somebody sees a new movie. It's kind of, it's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And you like other geeky kind of stuff too, so it'd probably be good if you knew a
stuff.
little bit about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should know a little bit more. I mean, and it's funny. Like I was talking to, I follow like a comic book collector on Insta, and I like comic books too. And he's like, and you don't like Marvel, huh?
All right, hold on, Snowlania, settle down. You heard it here first. Couple of brickheads that problem. Settle. We're talking R2D2. Okay.
A
Third
brickhead has a
leg.
problem. This third leg.
There you go.
Oh man.
And
You
then
taking
when
the wrong
did
way?
your like spiral? Have you guys had the talk like this is getting out of control? Like when did that happen?
We had the talk.
See, I
Should
knew
be
there was
the
gonna
down bad moment. It should be a news segment.
We had the talk. It was so bad. It was a couple double points ago. Double points.
Okay. So okay, I don't know.
I think it was like February or
Okay.
March.
right.
The delayed one. We went in and I was fixated. I said I'm gonna get Ninjago Gardens, and then we ended up walking out with Assembly Square. Oh, not Assembly Square. Sorry. What did we walk out with? The big Harry Potter, Diagon Alley, Ninjago City Gardens, and the Lambo.
Jeez.
And and then I went back the next day and I grabbed some more stuff, and he was like, "Babe."
You were, if I did my quick math, that was 1,100 on the first round.
And
Yeah.
it rained, and we
tax.
had to take all the bags out to it was a nightmare. And I think the stress of the rain, the stress of the spending and whatever, it was like nuts. But yeah, and then Bitcoin's down, so he's pissed. And
Right.
so we're just
so now we're noticing the $1,100 Lego tab.
But so it's funny because we keep our finances completely separate, and we have 2 VIP cards because I don't want to share points. Like those are my points. I've earned those.
Josh, woo, he approves. Woo, Lambo. Woo.
Yeah.
Josh, were you here earlier when can you hold up the McLaren again if it's nearby? Josh, look at this.
The fog light came off, but
Josh, you were, by the way, quick sidebar. Josh, you were busy. I don't know if you caught it, but just before we met you, I think it was Friday night, both Ryan and Brent bought the McLaren because they had the one with the OG stickers, by the way.
Yeah.
So like your influence went to me telling them like, dude, they're going to quit making this cool sticker. Yeah. Because, all right. Go ahead. Anyway, lots of F1s going on here.
I love F1. I love it so much. But yeah, so we have like separate things, but he put himself on a spending freeze. I'm not on a spending freeze. Okay. I've been reasonable, but like nowhere near as much as it was. I think like when you first get into the hobby, you have like
I'm so proud of them.
All these amazing sets that
thanks, Dad.
You can't miss out on, you know what I mean? Like
well, and then so one thing, and I just broke the rule, and we'll show you one of my pickups later. One thing I did, Nicole, as I quit, I've stated I've quit, but you know how quitting goes.
No, you don't.
I'm like, I'm not buying anymore. Max has heard it 1,000 times. I'm like, I'm not buying any more retired shit.
Yeah.
Because that's when you get into trouble. Yeah. I mean, you're in trouble anyway. Don't get me wrong, but now you're like doubling down.
Yeah.
Because they're dropping so much fire month to month. Even if you're new, if I had to give anybody advice, it's like, don't start dipping your toe into retired stuff, please, because it's a rabbit hole, and you're gonna go, oh, look at this, da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, and if it's there's some stuff they won't make again because of the way things socially are going, or with one example I have later, they won't remake something because of the way it looks as a teaser. They made a different version and it's not as good as the old one. They don't make them like they used to. No. So there are exceptions, but like generally, I'll give Star Wars as an example. A lot of people want the Ewok Village. I want the Ewok Village badly, right? But it's like, it's 7,800, but it's selling that well. Well, this is what I'm saying. I don't even know if it'll be better, but the point is like, look, Lego bought BrickLink. Yeah. They're seeing the data. They're seeing how high it's going for. They're not stupid. There's Ewoks, last I heard, are all politically correct. Although I don't know if things are going to change that.
Right.
But my point is like they like money. They like re-releasing shit. I try to lean on the side of they're going to re-release this
It's like
eventually.
the Death Star. They're gonna come out with
They're
another
gonna do
one.
it again.
I mean,
Exactly. Everybody that's dropping 800-900 on
it's
the
stupid.
one that just retired is kind of not bright. Although what's funny is they're probably going to release the new one for 800 or 900 because they're seeing that's what it's selling for, and now we've got our new 20% increase. So.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But sorry, go ahead. So he's paused.
He's
You're
paused.
keeping rolling. Do you have any mains? What are your collecting rules? Do you have any? Are you all over the place?
So now I mean, I buy some Star Wars sets like here and there. Like the last one I picked up, I picked up all the like diorama ones from May the 4th, and then I got the Bad Batch for like $60. So that was happy.
With the Costco
that made
deal?
me happy. Yep.
Mine
And
doesn't have it yet. Damn it. Yeah.
But like I tend to like my favorite things are the cars. I really like the Speed Champions. I think those are a lot of
Very
fun.
cool. Yep.
And the Technic cars are awesome. And then I like ideas for the most part. But I'm like I pick and choose because I feel like if you try to be a completionist, you're gonna end up with things like I don't what am I gonna do with a typewriter? Like what am I gonna do with that?
It's so
Like, I
fun.
mean, I don't hate it.
No, but here's the thing. We have a thing on the show. I'm so glad you mentioned typewriter.
Yeah.
Max knows I made a very strong position. I'm like, I like all this stuff. I respect it, but I'm not buying a $200 version of a household item. You know, like there's like a piano household item.
Like a piano or
typewriter.
Fender, or I can respect it. I just I'd rather.
I think you like typewriters. I like typewriter. You like typewriters as much as the next girl. I'm a fan. You know, I like it as much as the next guy. But 200, like
if I see one in a hotel, I'm typing on it. I mean, but do I want to dust that every week? No,
I don't trust people who say they don't like typewriters. But I do trust people who say I'm not paying $200 for a replica. But I think, so I've kind of taken that stand, like grand piano, look, unlimited money. Sure. I'd like to build that effing piano. Great. But it's like, you got to draw the line somewhere. So I've started asking myself, like, how much do I really like this? And then I do have to start thinking about things like, if I want to get out of a particular set, how is it going to do? Mm-hmm. And I think, Star Wars, for the most part, that kind of stuff, I do have to consider, like, can I get out of this and almost get my money back? You know what I mean? Like, or if I want to shift some stuff around.
Yeah.
That said, it's funny you mentioned the typewriter. If I was going to break a rule, every time I walk by that damn thing, that green just gets me, It
is. It's a great color, but then I hold myself out.
I don't want to get so angry about trying to get those keys done right, because I heard it's kind of a mess. And I'm
Are
like,
they stickers?
No, thank God.
Thank God.
By the way, I'm very anti-sticker on the channel. I've already announced to the world that I'm willing to pay 20% more.
Yeah.
Everybody's so bad, but I'm getting better at it, and I think that's when people stop hating stickers. But continue your story, but real quick, just so you know, we're probably around in the same boat. I think I'm like 4 years in, and I never touched one as a kid, by the way.
See,
and I'm like early 40s, which is crazy. But all right, so what are we on lately?
Living less. You're not living less because you didn't touch it as a kid. I mean, in fact, I enjoy it a lot more now.
It's an awakening.
My stuff would have ended up in a big bulk bin if I had half the stuff from when I was a kid.
The nightmare story. I went to college. My mom gave away all my shit.
Yeah, that's exactly
Max
what would
is in
have
college,
happened.
and he's probably got more toys than he's ever had as a kid. Is that fair to say, man?
I guess Legos, or Lego. I had a lot of like action figure like toys, like just like swishing around that stuff.
Well, my attitude as a kid, I was gonna say my attitude as a kid was like, I saw the Lego X-Wing next to the regular X-Wing, Nicole, and I'm like, okay, this one's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one's gonna take me 3 hours. Like, why on earth would I buy that? That's like my kid brain.
Your kid brain was like, it's work.
I was big into Beyblades as a kid, so it's like,
the spinner deal.
Having the rings and stuff. But
I don't know. When I was a kid, I was very passionate about my Pogs, and that was it.
Oh yeah,
like I had my Pogs. That was it, and everything else just. But
now there's that honeymoon phase. You guys went probably total ham sandwich for sounds like about a year, and then so now are you being more choosy on what's going on. I just feel like there's so much fire coming out month after month. Is there fatigue setting in with you? Are you noticing fatigue out there with other people? Where are you at on, God, there's just too much. How do I?
So I think I hit a point. I'm at a point now where I'm like you, where I won't get retired sets unless the price is reasonable. Like I got that Porg for, I think I spent $35 on
Shout
it
out.
used. And
Nice.
BB-8 I got used for, I think, $50. So if I see a deal, and usually it's Facebook Marketplace and they're moms and they don't really know what they have, and I take advantage of it.
I love those moms. Yeah,
they're my favorite kind of moms. So with stuff like that, I'll buy retired sets. But for the most part, at this point,
you learn not to chase that dragon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I have everything that I really want at this point, with the exception of I do want the Daily Bugle, which, you
need to get that before it retires.
I need to get it.
And if you want, it's so weird to say it's a good deal, but
it is a good deal.
It is a really good deal. I'm looking at it right now.
It looks awesome.
It's a good deal. It really is. Like it's gonna take you forever.
It's perfect.
The stickers are super challenging to get straight. Mine are looking good. I ordered an extra set, by the way. I don't know if you know.
Good.
You can call Lego and get an extra set of stickers, by the way, if you struggle with it like I do.
Are you serious?
No, I'm dead serious. Free. Yeah. On the high dollar sets, I recommend doing that, by the way, because if you do eventually want to get out of it, they'd probably appreciate and it'd probably help your value. But anyway, it's something they do.
Good. That's good. Actually, really good to know.
Yeah, it's free. I just heard you can't abuse it, so you can't do it for like every set, but like $200 and $300 girthy boys, like I'm like, we gotta
give me it.
The girthy boys.
Yeah, the girthy boys.
Yeah, I'm at a point right now where I have everything that I pretty much want, with the exception. I mean, August 1st is brutal. It's just so brutal. I mean, the Star Wars stuff is looking good, and he's on a. And it sucks because he's on a freeze. So now I'm responsible for having to pick up all the slack here. And so,
that's an expensive bill.
It's an expensive bill. And so, yeah, like everything coming out in August looks like fire. And I'm just like, the loop coaster looks awesome. Like, what the heck am I going to do now? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous every month.
There's so many heavy hitters coming out in August.
Yeah. And then, usually in the fall, they come out with something good. So I'm just like, so the fatigue is definitely set in a little bit, but it's better now than it was when I first got in, because I had so much FOMO. I was like, I don't want to miss out on these sets. I don't want to miss out on these sets. And then stupid me, I'm like, they're around for 2 years, a year, 2 years. Like, what am I doing?
Right. You start learning that kind of stuff too. But I will say, the first day release thing is a real thing. It's
so fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've done more of that than I should, knowing there's some retired stuff. Like I still need the haunted house.
Oh, it's amazing.
And I'm like, I'm going to get to it. And then I'm going to 200. I've already spent it like 10 times over on other stuff that was like new, and I'm like, what am I doing? Gotta pause again for a sec. You guys chat. I'll be right back. Daddy daycare. Hold on.
Daddy daycare.
So let's hear, what sets are you planning on getting August 1st? I know there's like 10.
I want pretty much all the Star Wars ones, so there's that. That's a long list. But I'm tempted to wait. Maybe they'll go on sale like a couple months later.
Especially like Target and Walmart, you'll get those deals close to Black Friday.
Exactly. So I'm thinking I might wait, maybe. But I definitely want the Lion Knights castle, the classic space set. There are a couple Duplo sets we want to pick up for the little one. And then what else? The Doctor Strange building looks really cool, even though I don't know anything about it. But I like that it's modular style.
The new Sanctum, that's tough. Like, I definitely want to get the Star Wars one. Like, so I guess ATT is like my go ahead set. Yes, that's 7 a.m. at the Lego store waiting for that. But I don't know, like the Sanctum, that might be a set I pick up like a year later, just like I'm bored, and then I have $250
money to spend.
Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna buy. But like, it's so hard, the new spaceship, I guess the new classic spaceship, that set looks fire, but I'm already buying some Star Wars stuff, so it's like it's hard to justify that as well. So there's so many fire sets coming out.
And I'm just like, do I buy a bunch of smaller sets that I really want, or do I just buy that one big castle and just roll with that for a month or two and then trickle in? But I get scared though, because I think back, maybe it was October last year, or I can't remember what it was, but they came out with that mini Disney castle and I picked it up, luckily, but I've never seen it again.
No.
You ever seen it again? I've never seen it again. And I'm like, that's going to happen to me for some set that I want.
So you can probably see that was my gateway. My first set I ever, I'm trying to do the reverse. That's the first set I ever built was the train. That's how new I am.
Wow.
So that was like 2018.
That's awesome.
What a terrible first set, by the way, to build. It's like, good boy. It's like, damn it. Like trying to figure this out. But no, like a lot of my collection is like Disney stuff. I have like, and then like Funkos. Those are all like Disney rides and stuff. So I'm like a ride vehicles guy, which is a very specific genre. But that was my gateway, and I had fun with it, and I found it was very relaxing. Max has heard me tell the story of like I set the mood. Yeah, setting the mood. No, it's like you have a baby, so it's like putting the kids to bed. Air conditioner is blowing nice and cold. Crack open a beer. I've got some silence. I got the good spot on the couch. We got the table that lifts up, and I'm like, time for a build. And I actually found it very therapeutic at the end of the day. And so I did that, and I was like, well, shit, what's next? Oh, they got Star Wars? Oh shit. And then boom, rabbit hole, gone. Like
you're gone. You can never come out of that.
Well, the frequency of the Disney stuff isn't enough. I don't know if you saw, but sounds like you're a Disney person and you're after the castle. Yeah. But the Haunted Mansion's coming. I don't know if you saw that.
I know. And I think the rumor was like there was going to be a small gift with purchase. Maybe it was going to like go with it some way. I don't know.
I mean, I am standing for the possibility of a true Haunted Mansion. I know they would sell the daylight out of it, a full size.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen though till the other haunted house is gone. I think that would be. But yeah,
the other haunted house is awesome though.
It is. But I mean, if they did the problem is too. Like, which one are they doing? Are they in Florida or? You said you're East Coast, so when you go, do you typically go to Disney World? Is your jam? Okay,
my home base,
So I grew up there in Orlando. Now I live in LA. So now I'm like
Disneyland.
I'm team Disneyland, and my take on the whole thing is Disneyland Park is better than Magic Kingdom, but as a resort, it's not. You can't really compare.
It's not even close. Yeah.
No, they have like 3 hotels and a chicken sandwich over there. Disney World has what's 34 resorts or something, and like
insane.
You can live there. It's like they have a park, housing,
they have a
jail. My friend went to Disney jail. Well, that's for next episode.
Oh man, I'll be tuning in.
They make you wear the striped suits, and it's got like a Mickey with a tear on his face on the back. It's really funny.
I love it.
That part's not true.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, so that's where you're at now. And then so what? I guess then let's talk about your YouTube and your sort of online stuff, because I know you've got a presence on Instagram. At what point did you decide you wanted to bring that into social media? So you got addicted.
Yeah.
It hit you right in the veins. When did you say, I want to talk about this on social media?
Yeah, I was like, let me freak out my friends. Let me just really scare them. Yeah, that was my personal account. And then I started with just like stories of my builds, and then it escalated very quickly. And now it's just taken over. And that's fine. It's totally fine. But now it's funny because at first my friends were like, what is going on? And now I've turned a lot of them
into the hobby.
Yep. I sold. I take credit for selling a lot of butthole tigers because I got a lot of people buying that set. But I mean, it's fun though. Like, it's just, it's nice to have a hobby that just, as lame and corny as it is, brings joy because
anyone could get into it too. It's like not you see more older people like in their 40s, 50s are buying like the Lego flowers and the vintage truck, but like it's interesting watching those types of people.
And there's something for everybody. Like my dad is, I mean, he's a hardcore German engineer, like doesn't smile much. And I gave him one of the Lego trains, and he had a blast with it. We were supposed to build it together, and he was like, he just left me out of it completely. Like I left for the night and I came back and it was done. And I was like, what the heck? It's like, we were supposed to do this together. And he's like, well, no. So yeah, I mean, it's a hobby for everybody. It really is 0 to 99, you know?
Yes, exactly. So when did you start your YouTube? I know you were on Instagram for a while, but like when did you start making like videos?
I started, I think it was March, so still pretty new. I wanted to do it like last year, but having a baby just, you know. Wow.
Yeah,
no one tells you, you know, like the movies, they don't prepare you for the 2-hour thing. It's a lot.
The 2-hour thing.
Yeah, every 2 hours. Like no one tells you that.
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
So,
but you talking about the wake ups, you mean?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You guys split duty on that? What was the breakdown there?
In the beginning, we were
it was probably more
together because it felt romantic, and then towards the end I was like, he had the night shift, I had the morning shift. Gotcha. Like he would take from like 10 to 2 and I'd take from 2 till forever until the next day.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So okay.
No one tells you that.
No, they don't. It's definitely different. And then once you get settled in with the first one and then you have the second one, because you're like, all right, get it, understand it. But yeah, that first it's a lot. You know.
Oh, no.
But it's everything everybody says, right? It's the craziest, it's the most exhausting, it's the most wonderful, it's the most, you know what I mean? Like thing in the world. Bricklock, try having triplets. Sheesh.
No, thanks.
Oh, your poor wife. Oh no.
You want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Okay. Nicole, Harlow wants to meet you real quick.
Hi, Harlow.
Somebody's taking advantage. Hold on. Come here. I know.
Oh my God, so cute.
Say hi to Nicole. She's real nice.
Hi, Harlow.
And you know Max.
How are you doing?
Are we staying up late?
You dodging bedtime? Yeah.
How the dinosaurs working out for you?
Good.
Good?
You get any new sets, Harlow? Any new Lego? Which ones?
What do you want to say? What do you want to say? You ready to go night-night? No?
Just to stay up.
Daddy daycare.
You silly goose.
Oh, she's so cute.
At my school, there was animals.
Animals? What kind?
Animals?
I only...
It's okay. You need a cough? Okay.
I just remember the snake. I don't remember the other ones.
Was it scary?
No, the snake was nice.
Was it a big snake or a tiny snake?
It was big and small.
Big and small?
It's
I'd be scared. You're a brave girl.
Terrified of snakes.
And then we went on an animal hunt today.
Oh, that's cool.
In the whole school.
Did they let the animals loose?
Well, they're not real animals. They were toy animals.
Oh, I see.
They were puppets.
Oh, that's good. Oh man.
Do you have any
Oh.
more questions?
And then we were doing our binoculars to look through them.
Binoculars.
Wow.
The one with the two? Like that?
Like, to look at them.
So cute.
What's happening, Scene? It's the Harlow segment. She wanted to say hi to everybody.
Did Harlow get
Hi,
her music
Harlow.
this week?
All right, baby. It's time to go. Say night-night, everybody.
Good night, Harlow.
Good night, Harlow.
Hey.
That was so cute.
Harlow has her own theme song, but we didn't get to hear it.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'll look in a second.
maybe
Go in there.
You'll play it.
Thank you,
We didn't
baby.
get to hear the Harlow theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go. All right, there's the Harlow theme song.
That's a jam.
It is. It's a solid.
I thought they let the animals loose in the school. I was like, oh
Yeah, I thought
boy.
she was talking real animals.
It was.
Yeah, I thought you was too. I got really scared. I was like, "Ew."
The little kids play with snakes.
Yeah. That was so cute. Oh,
Okay.
man.
Here's a question we always ask every guest. What is your
Okay.
all-time favorite set? Like any theme, any year, all-time favorite set.
All right. So it was Wally, but now I think it's the Horizon tall neck. I think
The
that
Horizon
set
tall neck.
is so legit.
Mhm.
Like I had the best. Just building the tall neck was awesome. So yeah, I'd probably say that one right now. But the McLaren's pretty sweet too. It's hard to
It's
choose.
hard.
It's
When
hard
you have
to
a bunch
choose.
of the same price range, like a bunch of like
It's
these
hard.
200, it's so
Yeah.
hard. Yeah.
How about
it's-
you? What's your favorite set?
So I always say the UCS Falcon, but
Yeah.
I think from a perspective on what looks cooler, okay, UCS Falcon is like the god tier, whatever Star Wars
Yeah.
set, but like all the Star Wars sets, I gotta say the gunship or Vader's castle, they're kind of tied in my collection of like my
Yeah.
favorite set.
Vader's Castle is awesome.
Yeah, it's so sick for especially what the price point and then what you
Yeah.
get for it.
The price point was perfect.
Yes, that's I
They
picked
got to
up
go
like
back to those days.
yeah, I know. I'm glad I picked it up before it started going up in value because I know the Kenobi show kind of boosted it
Yeah.
up. Not too bad. I thought it's gonna be more, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So I have like $700 in VIP points, and I'm like, I'm gonna do a UCS set,
You have to.
and I have to. And like we were talking here, like Trevor and I were talking about like the Titanic, and I was like, no, I feel like it needs to be a Star Wars one. Like I feel like it absolutely needs to. And I'm torn between the Falcon and the Star Destroyer. And I'm just like,
Yes.
the
See,
Falcon is classic.
It is
then the Star
classic.
Destroyer is just like crazy.
It's crazy.
know.
It's awkward. It's an awkward build to
Yeah.
display. You have to have its own section.
Yeah.
But like the Falcon, I haven't done it yet, but like, you have the stands that like kind of tilted up. That way it doesn't take so much space like flat ways. I guess
Yeah.
you could take it more vertical, but I think that's like the best way to display it because when it's like just on the ground, it's hard
Yeah.
to see the top unless you're like, especially if it's on like a higher ground, you have to like look. But that's
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
only thing picking between the two.
Oh, I gotta do
I'm
it
back
before the
for the
price
5th
hike.
time. Sorry, guys. I'm doing
Very
solo.
good.
You know.
I love
you get
it.
Yeah.
We're
We're
going
trying
over
to
favorite
decide
all
which
time.
room that I had to take care of, but she doesn't trust that it's gone, and now we've shifted to mommy daddy's room for comfort. So that's the latest
good.
behind the play on that. Don't know where we're at now. Where are we at?
trying to decide which UCS set I should get.
Yeah, Star Destroyer or Falcon. And then we're
Falcon's
going over
maybe close. Like, what are we
play.
talking
Yeah,
about?
that's true.
Yeah.
If you can get just the one, I don't know. The Star Destroyer is cool, but it's just a big block of gray to me. It doesn't have enough going on, you know.
Yeah.
Although if someone pressed me and said like one or the other, do you want the Falcon or the AT-AT? That's a little bit tougher for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, I want the AT-AT, but I know it's out for a little bit.
Right.
At least 2 or 3 years.
But then
And
like, the Falcon's going to be you know, it's going to be in place too. So it's like, what do you do there?
The other thing too is like, you know, I get the AT-AT and then I got to fill it. So that's going to cost money. Like I got to get a
I think it's 220, right, Max? Something like that to fill it at a retail, something like that. 220.
Yeah, I think so. Right.
Yeah, see, so it doesn't end there.
Do the math on those sets, you know, it's like you need that many.
Yeah. What are they, like 12? How much are they? 15?
They're 20, but you got to catch a sale, right?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm
Max?
looking at it because I see it over there. It's like sitting over there, and I'm like, how much is that?
I think you need 15, right? Is it
15?
Yeah.
Are they
I know
30
Shy
bucks?
has it. They're 20.
Shy, are you there, Shy? Shy, come in, Shy.
24,
How much is
right?
it to fill it? I
think
want
it's
to say it was in
15
the
and 24 each.
200s. Does anybody
Yeah,
know who can do math?
ridiculous. I didn't
Yeah,
go to
'cause I
school
don't
for
even know
math.
how many
Don't ask me.
it sits. So or seats.
Yeah.
Sits
Okay,
and
so you
sits.
have the AT-AT.
No, I do not. I have 2 small ones, like the you know, the 100
scale one.
Play scale, yeah.
60. Yeah, I have 2 of those, but
Gotcha.
so I don't feel like completely lost, but
What
2 baby ones.
you guys didn't cover this, but what sort of, I guess, what trilogy brought you in, or what's your favorite of the trilogies?
It's important.
It's important.
I like the Empire Strikes Back. Like I just
Okay.
Yeah.
Acceptable.
like
How do you feel about clones? Be honest.
I
You
haven't
want the
really
original trilogy? Come on.
Hesitation.
it's, I don't know. I'm just like I'm such like a classic like
Yeah.
Miracle Whip person. You know what I mean? I just like I just
Right into the vein, dude. She's like 10 for 10, Max. I don't know what to tell you here.
I just
The
yeah,
vibe
I
check
just like
is-
the
The
classic.
vibe
Flying
check
colors.
is real.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
Max and Brent, well, where is Brent?
Brent-
Brent likes everything, right? In fairness, he kind of likes everything.
His favorite is
more,
Empire, but
Even the
but
Phantom
he
Menace.
loves the clones and all that stuff. You guys
Yeah.
are all of a certain age. I think I'm the oldest. Nicole might be somewhere in the middle. Shout out to
Mhm.
Nicole. And then you guys are like 20s guys who love clones probably
Clones
more than
and
you would.
Anakin. Mm,
Yeah. Okay.
bro love.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I am coming around on the clone stuff and finding value, Nicole, which is also dangerous.
No, there's
I'm
nothing.
like, I don't want those
So many.
fake ass stormtroopers, but you know, it's
Yeah,
happening.
like there's nothing. The clones are awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, but if I had to pick like my favorite, you know, oh snap, I rock.
OG
Thank you.
Stomy.
But
How many elephants does it hold, Shy? That's funny.
yeah.
So Shy is collecting like all these castle guys, and part of them, some of them like ride on elephants, I think. So it's like a thing.
Oh my god, I could see
Hidden
him
Brick
doing
never
that.
got into Star Wars. Hey man, never got into Harry Potter. We're both saving
Never got into Marvel.
A lot of money. Save yourself while you can. It's-
Because
Yeah.
Star Wars is like some of the most overpriced in Lego. So
Oh,
it's just like
that and City.
City. Yeah, I know. I paid like $70 for the farming battle pack like recently, and I'm just like, why did I do
Oh,
this?
what is
all the
that?
molded animals, all the molded animals.
Oh, okay. I thought that
I
was
have
like
it
a
over there.
nickname for a Star Wars set. You lost me.
No, so much out for the.
Here's scene.
I love it.
We gotta watch out for the new generation. My 8-year-old. So, see, not to brag here, but my daughter, she just all into Luke and Leia exclusively, and I've shown her them all equally. She just loves the whole
Wow.
setup. Yep. Oh, sorry, Luke, Leia, and Anakin.
Okay,
She does like Anakin from the prequels.
That's
That's
right.
it.
I like Anakin from the prequels.
So the prequel Anakin, and Vader, because she knows he's Vader. She gathers that, and she She roots for the bad. I'm kind of concerned. Loves the bad guys in everything.
Oh no,
Isn't scared by them. Nothing. She's like, you know who she was for Halloween last year? Darth Vader. But she wanted her mask off so she could be Anakin. And she was 3 pulling this off. So like, she knows what she likes.
You have a long road ahead of you as a father.
It's gonna be awesome.
Likes the bad guys. It's gonna be a problem.
Not on my watch.
Not with your height, no.
Yeah, I'll be polishing up my shotgun that I don't own and all those other things, you know. But
yeah, my dad, I remember when someone, I don't know if this is inappropriate, but my dad, first time someone ever came over to pick me up for a date, everything was going well. I was halfway out the door, and my dad was like, whatever you do to my daughter, I'll do to you. And the rest of the night was so awkward.
Wow.
I was like,
that's a good one.
Yep.
Shout out to your dad.
Fist bump. It was terrifying. And
because the only thing I got that was similar to that, but this is after she brought me to the house, like, because we were dating for a while.
Yeah,
She's in my 20s. He's like, the scariest thing I got, and it was him sitting around with all of his buddies, like at a card game. He's like, you make my daughter cry, I make you cry. And I was like, shit.
You're like, oh,
not as concerned about you, but some of those dudes around you. Gotcha.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
That's funny. That's crazy.
So the car ride was completely silent, and I was like, "This is
after you left. After he said that, the car ride on the date.
Ken was like sweating.
What are we talking? 16? What are we?
Yeah,
driving age,
17.
whatever.
He was so scared. I never saw him again. Well, I saw him in school, but like, I don't think he wanted to hang out anymore.
Yeah,
like, she's got a crazy father. No way. Oh man,
it was a good run.
It was a good
Shout
run.
out to that guy wherever he may roam. No.
Sean, you do that, but like with a Palpatine hood. So when he
I'm gonna have to no, because Palpatine just says "do it" repeatedly. We're not going to be saying that.
Oh my
no, you have to like have the voice, the raspy.
Yep. Oh,
BRICKLOT.
Okay.
Dude, I am a teacher, and all the boys have me as a teacher, so they all know who I am.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay. So maybe his girls are in that school or something. Is that over?
Yeah, I think that's what we're getting at.
My girls are. I believe that, sir. I wouldn't want you tracking me down.
No.
To be fair, I think Kenobi is doing good to bridge the gap for the younger crowd. Yeah, I mean. So I think we're caught up, Nicole. I think we got to know you, but let's transition some other stuff. Kenobi, your thoughts? What are we thinking here? Any more sets you'd like to see from the series?
Me?
Yeah.
So actually, I've not watched Kenobi yet.
Oh.
I know.
All right.
I know. Listen, stranger.
9 out of 10.
Listen, stranger.
Max took an hour 33 minutes, and
and I'm out.
we started beef. Nicole, we started beef.
It's been a good run.
Nicole, hashtag she hasn't watched Kenobi. She's a phony. She hasn't watched Kenobi.
No, you know what?
You know what though? You're doing it at a good time because now you can binge it, not be like us. Like
that's precisely why I wait. I know no spoilers. I know that it's pretty good. I have no spoilers, and that's fine with me. But
this one's interesting, Max. Would you say it's a 50-50? I guess it's kind of bumped up to a 60-40, 70-30 that people liked it, right? The first few, there was a lot of beef going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like, not to like ruin it. It's like slightly above mid. Like
mid. Okay.
As in like
as long as Max can work the word mid into any conversation, he's chilling.
Mid.
You know?
Mid.
Yeah, like very.
You know what happened? It was like
average has been replaced by mid.
I got Stranger Things, and I had to come down from that. And then we started watching Wheel of Time, and it's so bad. It's so bad that I had to take a few weeks off of TV because it was just like, I don't know. It was bad. It was bad. Just don't get the Imperial Funnel.
The $50 gray block with.
Yeah.
I've been out of the scene for a week. Is that a new thing? I like the name.
No, that was the piece of set that got released a couple weeks ago.
No, I know what it is. That's the nickname for it. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I thought it was just a crappy set.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it's like 40, I guess. I don't know.
last on the list.
The
Do you
more
ever feel this way? Like, I like sets that are just like one cohesive piece.
Yes.
I hate it when they have like little like
yes,
dinky
Side
things on the
builds.
side, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm
oh,
out.
it's my nightmare. I hate it.
And
Like, I
that's
like
why
one piece.
like the cantina is like that for the most part, but then they have these other little side things, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you're
it
going
drives
in a
me
bag.
Little
nuts.
shacks.
Yeah, it's just like drives me nuts. Like,
That's
I don't
why
want
the
to create a
bugle is
scenery.
awesome too. The bugle, right? It all
One.
goes.
Straight up.
There are some other like the little
Just a
pointless
taxi, right?
ATV that they
Yeah.
throw in at the end of the build, but like, oh, in a taxi. Yeah, you're right. Damn, they did blow it. That's right.
Mm.
But like, if you
that's
put that
fine.
in the
You get a
city,
vehicle
you
Yeah,
out
I'll
of
put
throw
it
it
on
in the
top,
bag.
like on the road.
That goes in the bag with the spare parts. No, but Mickey and Minnie I thought were great. But just to get an extra 20-30, they had to give them a banjo and all this. I'm like, I don't want banjos.
I just want Mickey and Minnie. Just give me
Yeah, I
the
just
two.
want the one thing. Stop it. Yeah, I'm with
Yeah. I wish they would do more like a bricker builds type of thing where they'd have like, you know, pop culture figures and like you just like kind of like the
Are you saying more
brick build-
brickheads or
No,
like brick built
Buildable
figures?
figs.
yeah, I wish they would have
Yes.
more things like that.
Well, the only Harry Potter item I own, famously on our little channel, is the brick built Harry and Hermione, because I think it's going to be a start of a thing. Could you like, come on, Nicole, tomorrow,
It looks
100.
awesome.
Let me give a crazy price. What was that? Something for both of them, Max?
120, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nicole, 120 for two of those. Would you go $100 on a Vader like that?
Yes.
100%. Yes.
I'd go full price
Absolutely.
Jones on that. No questions asked.
And
Like,
I'm actually pissed that they haven't done that yet.
Mm-hmm.
They should do that.
and I hope this isn't the test case, because this one's kind of tanking. I think it's because the prices are too high.
Yeah.
And we don't like to do prices are too high around here because, like, I'm a realist and I get it, and it's a premium product and
Engineering,
economy and the recession, and I don't want to join that thing. But you know, it's like, okay, brickheads are 10. If they did a somewhat, pardon my French, girthy version of a Darth Vader, I feel like that would warrant 100. I would also respectfully take a 2-pack of. I think if you kick it off with Luke and Darth as your first two,
Yeah.
They could put whatever they want on that. It's gonna fly.
I would completely modify the Luke to have blue milk. I would just modify him.
What's
But
your
I would
favorite?
take it.
What's your favorite Luke like look or outfit out of all of them? Yeah,
Just look like Tatooine. Just
I'm Jedi.
Farm boy.
it's classic.
I'm a Jedi guy.
Just looking
I'm starting
scrappy.
to know respect, even though the movies are kind of trash. I love old man Luke now. I'm kind of getting into it.
Old man Luke is a vibe.
In his white,
He is.
white robes.
Max, I don't know if
Yeah.
I told you, but I got white robe, and then I picked up the
I have brown robe. I don't have
I got
white.
brown robe from the Advent. I just got that at the show for 10, but I had to. So now I have all the old man looks.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't white robe go for like pretty
He's-
good amount, right? Or
he's
is it
30.
Yeah.
And then brown robe's like 20. I think I got him for like 8 or something. And he was part of the
Okay.
Advent 20, whenever Last Jedi was. That mess of a trash of a film. But I love old man Luke.
Oh, man,
I don't know.
Luke's
I'm
great.
mainstream. Luke's always been my guy. And that's why I was so pissed about, okay, I don't want to get into it. Okay. All right, let's get into weekly pickups. I did not bring a lot of it up here, but you'll have to take my word for it. Max, what'd you pick up?
Oh, where do I start? So like Nicole, you were saying earlier, I ran into a insane Facebook marketplace haul.
Oh,
He's the king of these.
you were wheeling and dealing.
I guess sub for more details, right, Max? She needs to sub.
Yeah, I have a
to-
whole video, but it's easily okay. Overall, like I went back twice, and easily like maybe $1,500 worth of stuff for like
What?
$200.
Are
So,
you kidding me?
so I got this Palace Cinema right here. It's missing a couple parts. It's missing this.
Max,
piece
do you
right
care
here.
about that? I want to buy that from you.
Dude, I am gonna.
If you're not
customize it
collecting
for-
modulars, seriously, I need that. I was wondering why the hell you had
No.
that.
I know. It's
No,
like it's all alone up there.
I want to make it for like videos and stuff. I don't know. I want to get in the modulars. Is the thing. It was like a gateway. It was $40.
Damn you. All right,
$40.
Look for me one. I need one. I don't want to pay $400. I'm not asking you to sell it to me for nothing, but all right. That's fine.
Yeah. Then I got a buildable figure of Cody, the Phantom, Eiffel Tower. Then a bunch of
big Eiffel Tower.
The architecture, small one.
The small one's still
like 120 new.
I was gonna say
Wow.
Yeah.
But
But
the big
then
one's like 800 or something. Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
probably got 300 or so figs, 200 figs. And then I'll just show the most
highlights.
expensive ones. Yeah, I won't go through everyone.
Now, what was this? Was this a mom selling the college collection? What were we looking at here?
It was this mom and daughter's collection, selling them because she's going to college and they need money for
Go to college.
But like she knew her stuff, but she didn't know what she had. Yeah. So I'll just do 5 of these. We have the rare Kanan from the Ghost with the
black hair, right?
Black hair. So this is like 250, 300.
Wow.
I got 2 white prototype Boba Fett's. So that's another.
I would like one of those. Let's talk. Go ahead.
Same with Life's been
next year's garage sale. You'll have to go get
life. You know I've been after one. Settle down, life. All right.
And then Battle Damage Vader. That's like I don't want to get into prices. And then another Canon, the blind version, and a Thrawn. So and there's a bunch
Thrawn,
more, but
he's 80, but isn't he over 100 now? Yeah,
90, 100, but then a bunch more. I don't want to bore you to death, but massive haul.
/ make me angry. No, congrats, dude.
That's amazing.
Tomorrow, in a much lesser news, I've set up a pickup of a mint crispy box Yoda buildable for 50, so 50% off.
That's not bad at all.
A Mom Dukes, yeah, another mom.
I love the moms.
Shopify,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that all? Is that all you picked up?
Is that all?
That is it.
All right. Yeah. So, for me, fun story. Nicole, I was at the. So I had a work trip just before I actually left my work trip. So I live in LA. I left Denver for Chicago, but on my way to Denver, I had a layover, and I knew, and I had behaved. Max can tell you. I think I bought Max in the month lead up, maybe a handful of sets, which it happened.
That's good for
you. Yeah,
the deal's
good.
there. It has the
deal's there. I gotta take it, right? But like I was definitely on a downturn because I'm saving up. Anyways, I get off. So it was Delta. I get off my flight. And I'm headed to the next gate to catch my layover to get to Denver, and I'm on that, the flat escalator deals.
Oh yeah,
I'd already gotten on it. Yeah, I already gotten on it. My head's buried in my phone like any other natural human. 2022, and I catch that yellow glimmer off to the side. I'm like, what the fuck? And now I'm experienced. I've seen Lego stores or places that sell Lego in airports, but this one looked exactly like an actual store. It didn't look like a reseller. It looked legit. And I'm like, this is confusing. This is all Lego. It's not, they have a Lego section. So of course, bust the U-turn. Long story short, they are a reseller, but they have map pricing, meaning there's no upcharge. Because at the airport, they'll tax 20, 30 extra bucks on stuff. They had everything for team retail. So I wasn't that interested because it was all new stuff. And I'm talking to the guy. He's like, oh, you're a collector? I'm like, yeah, a little bit, like playing it off. I'm not ready to embarrass myself in front of you, sir. And he's like, we have some retired stuff too in the back. I go, really? He's like, yeah, and it's like 20% off. I'm like, okay.
God, it's like opening up the jacket.
I don't want to draw it out. The only thing they had that I was interested in was the Dio set, which is retired, but because the BD1's coming out, I was like, I need to get on that, and that's why I just got the Yoda. So I've got a couple to get, but yeah, I think I max 52 with tax, so it was like a 20% off deal, and I think he's 69 if you can find them. Barnes and Noble still has it, but 69 plus tax, so 80. You know what I mean? I got like 30 off and scratched that one off the list. And it's funny. I told myself, I'm like, I'm just gonna take it out of the box and just throw the bags into my luggage. He somehow made it crisp as shit across like 5 different flights. Yeah, because I went everywhere that weekend. He's still minty fresh. So I got him.
With the box.
Yeah, I thought I even told you guys, I'm like, I'm gonna toss the box. I opened my I put him in a bag in the overhead thing, and people that were coming in, I'm like, hey man, it's for my kid. Do you mind not smashing that? And then when I got to my destination, I put it in. So I brought the big boy luggage because I knew I'd be loading up. You know, usually I bring carry-on, whatever. But yeah, I put it in there, and yeah, I checked it on the way back. All good. So got the DO, whatever. I'm gonna build it anyway. That was it until I got to Chicago. One highlight I left out. Before we went to dinner where I met Bricklock and everybody, we went to the local Lego store, and that's where Brent and Ryan bought the F1s. I finally got my Optimus there because I wanted that gift with purchase.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I'm like, I'm here, I'm spending it. The show's not open. I got to buy it out. You know. And so Dio into the luggage, Optimus again. I'm like, I told myself, I don't care if he gets smashed. I'm building that too. But I put him in a bag. He made it home all the way safe. And then as far as at the BrickWorld show, bought a couple of figs. I got my it's not Scarif. What's it called? What's the salt planet, Max?
The crater.
Crate. Yeah, there it is.
Crate. Yeah.
So Luke, when he like fake fights Kylo because Ryan Johnson's an asshole and he only let him show up as a Force Ghost. Anyway, I got Crate Luke, Slave Leia, burnt up Anakin.
That's a good one.
Batman with the lobster, because that's funny.
That is funny.
I just got a couple of figs. But the highlight purchase, my big spend is, and I already built it. Hang on a second.
Ugh. The suspense.
I know. I'm nervous.
And I hemmed and hawed. Hang on a second.
I know what it is, but I want to see if it's.
Killing me.
I don't want to build it up. I don't want to build it up too much.
Killing me.
But because the latest version of this was absolute trash, I had to do what I had to do. So there's a lot of moving parts. That's why I'm like,
oh my god,
Jabba.
You got Jabba's hut.
yeah.
Was it new sealed or was it used complete?
Complete, used, fresh. He's
Came with
pushing.
everything.
Oh yeah, the figs aren't in there. They're still in their little polys, keeping them safe.
Oh wow.
All good, all complete. He let me open it. He let me physically feel and investigate the figs for it. But yeah, this is the palace. So
Yeah.
You got the big job.
we were all hopeful that Boba would get it done. It didn't.
No,
I got the OG.
that's gorgeous.
So I'm like so stoked about it. I'll populate it, but yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
I love it.
You know what that means? We need the Rancor at some point. but yeah, I got right to work on this one. Hang on a second.
Put it down gently. Gentle, Sean.
Can't wait for him to drop it accidentally.
Don't drop it.
And if Bricklock's still here, I mean, it was like having him talk me into it. And I know it's not $1 million set or whatever, but like,
No, but it's amazing.
I'd already spent so much on the trip, whatever. You know, I think I got it for like the low threes, which is about the average, but I wanted to have for a pre-owned, but mint, all figs were mint. I mean, dude, like there wasn't a nick on any of the figs. Like I was like, you know,
like looking at a diamond.
Yeah, you know, like the bricks I had to wash off a little bit because of dust, but like,
yeah,
nah, man, those figs are crispy, and that's why I bought the Slave Leia because she comes with a different set.
I was gonna say, was that the reason?
That was the spoiler because she comes with the sail barge, and I'm like, nah, girl, you're coming into
You gotta
this.
put her in there. You can't just Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy. Like it's one of those ones that, you know, again, it's not $1,000 thing, but it was always like,
Dang,
and I
want
broke my own rule and I was like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it because that last one was trash. And so my favorite movie from the whole franchise, and it's not even close, is Jedi. I mean, that's the one that,
Yeah.
and I think it's because I saw it in a theater. I was 4 or 5, and that's the one I saw from the original trilogy in the theater. And I've just always been into when Luke was finally gangster enough to just be all black and da da da. And you could say there's more from a Lego perspective. I mean, I know you got other things going on, but look at what's hitting right now. Like Jedi, I mean, if you think about it, Max, if they did just a year of Jedi, it would be fire.
all the sets. Yeah.
I mean, Jabba could carry a whole wave, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He's got the barge, he's got the skiff. I mean,
Well,
Jabba
even-
alone could do 10 sets, right? And then that's strong, but whatever, 3 to 5 sets. And then Ewok, right? I mean, come on, or Endor. You could do that village. You could do the base. You could do ATSTs, scout troopers on the bikes. It just
Sadly,
had
they
the
won't do it.
like, it was the most. Here's a word.
We got the
That
4
was the
plus
most-
set.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's hard to argue with any of them, but to me, it was like the most toyetic of the series.
I agree with that.
I think we were introduced to the Imperial Guards there in the red. To me, that's like my favorite, like dumbed down bad guy there is. Besides Stormies, we all love Stormies, but like, anyway, just so much iconic shit in there. And so, like, I have a real soft spot, despite knowing that next year is a 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and I'm like, are they going to redo this again? You know,
They might.
yeah.
But you never know, though. They could disappoint.
What does he say? Sean, breaking his dudes are gross rule.
Well, at least you waited until I think you're talking about
rule,
until the newer one came out. So it's like you saw the new one, it was ass, and then you went back to the
so
OG.
We talked about it earlier, Nicole, and I was saying, like, if it's stuff I don't think they'd remake. Now, apparently, the roof on Jabba's palace looked too much like a mosque. And so, and for whatever that means, and that's why. But if you notice the new Boba, it's clearly missing that
There's
roof.
no roof there. Yeah.
And so I didn't read into like what that meant too much, but whatever. I don't want to get into politics or religion, but I'm like, it's not there. They're not making it. We're not going to get another Jabba's palace for at least. I mean, I say that
10 years.
Watch us get a UCS next year. Full great.
Yeah, you're gonna get like the cantina, but Jabba's palace style.
Exactly. But Max said it exactly. I waited for the new one. I was patient. It didn't deliver. And not to mention, like, look, worst case, the figs alone, I think, carry that set.
It
you know,
does,
Job is 100 now, I think, or 90. The Twi'leks up there. Boosh is high. Max, I think. You know, I think the Chewie's like the dog of that set. Shout out to
You always get Chewie. Trooper.
You get the Han just freshly thawed out, which is a great fig. Yada yada.
I want a Rancor really badly.
Those are 100.
Haven't seen one around. I've been cruising the Facebook marketplace.
Hey Macro, you're here. What's up,
Hoping.
bud? It was life changing. I want to go every year now.
Yeah.
All right, Nicole, any weekly pickups?
What did I pick up this week? I got I was gonna wait for double points, but I really wanted that free gift with purchase. That's how they get me.
It's smarter to do that, by the way.
Yeah. So I got the water dragon from Ninjago. And then I got 12 Grimwald, like one of the Harry Potter pieces. The Hungarian Horntail. I know you're not a Harry Potter person, but I got a bunch of Harry Potter stuff. And then what else did I get? I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was all I got. It wasn't like a crazy week.
I'm definitely in that Horntail because Goblet of Fire.
Week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good pickups. I don't know what you're talking about, but I respect that. No, so I've
Listen,
stayed at a
but you
Ninjago
should
too.
hear
No,
when
I've stayed at a Ninjago as well. So like you touched on two things, and I'm like, if you're happy, I'm happy. I just
see, that's the sound of me talking about all those things is the sound of you saving money. That's how you afforded Jabba's Hut.
no more fandom. Yeah. Well, that my wife, shout out to my wife, said, Father's Day, get yourself something you wouldn't normally get. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go nuts. She's like, I know. Because I'm looking for a deal. But I was there, and had the feels and whatever. Could I have found it like old Max for 100, and that was included with 90 other sets, maybe, but my patience ran out. I needed that one, and it's
every day. You gotta look every day for the
Hey,
listen,
twice a day.
I save. I do. You got to check Lego and Legos, by the way.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Legos is a big one.
Legos is huge. That's when you know that
That's when you know that they're clueless. You're like, just add the S.
Lego figs or figurines they put, and then
figurines. Exactly. Very funny. All right, Max, did we cobble together a hot list for this week?
We did. Let me pull it up.
All right. So, Nicole, every week we do a weekly hot list before we wrap up this week. It's the top 5 Lego things. It started as sets, but sometimes, other things can pop in, and it could be a retailer, it could be an event, it could be a TV show. So, we keep it loose here. But here's this week's top 5 hot list.
It's going to be fire.
All right, here we go.
At number 5.
Number 5
is we have the new Avatar, the tree.
I am a hater, Nicole, of the Avatar.
I don't know how
stuff.
you're a hater. This set's fire. Look at it. Especially when they revealed it.
Nice.
Let me finish what I said about Disney, Nicole. And you know what they got at Disney? They got this damn tree, so now I got to buy it.
I know.
But look at that horse, too.
It's the horse for me. Yeah.
Don't you? But this is what, 1/3? What is this?
It's pricey. It is.
It's overpriced. Is what
is it 150? My
like
point is, give me the horse and the stupid blue people. I really want the tree. I just have the tree for 60. I mean, that's where
I can go without the little build on the right side. That little
I agree with that.
If they have the dragon,
again, it's the separated stuff that
20 years
or
whatever since I've seen this. All right, I'll rewatch it. Maybe I'll care again. But
the blue people.
But here's the problem. I need 2 of those trees. It's not quite big enough for me. I need 2 of those trees.
Yeah, and the movie they have like 20 of them or 20,000.
I know. You need a whole forest of them. They should have sold like tree battle packs. So much of the trees,
Buy 6 of them, you could build like
as a botanical collection.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, do you agree with this placement? Does it belong on the list this week?
With everything else?
Let's see what else is going on.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Not committing. F that. All right.
At 4, we have the classic spaceship.
Yeah.
This was a underrated set in my opinion. Is I'm not too into like the classic sets. I mean, I didn't really grow up with them, but this set is fire. So
you respect it. Yeah, same here. Yeah. I respect it.
Yeah.
Brent picked up Benny's spaceship, and I would rather have that than this. Call me what you will.
Yeah.
You got that.
It looks a little bit like the XL15.
Yeah. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's all.
Looks a little bit like it. I mean, obvious difference, but
it's bigger. Yeah. And this one, and I heard it's a 3-in-1, so you can do different builds with it, Max. I don't know if you knew that.
Did not know that. So
small, bigger,
different
and big.
ships. There's 2 ships and I think something else.
But yeah, 1,000 pieces of it. 1,200 to be exact.
Yeah, chat, keep me honest here. I'm not sure. Bricklock, he got a good deal. Yeah, so Brent got the spaceship for definitely under Bricklink. I forget what it was, but shout out to Brent on that one, wherever he is. All right, number 3.
3, we have the Justifier.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Lots of Star Wars hype this week, especially with all the new sets. So this
got a major beef with this, Max. I was ready to be excited about it. Do you know what my beef is?
It's a big gray ship and it's overpriced.
Nope, don't care about that. I've accepted that in my life. This whole window, you can't see my mouse, but this whole window, all stickers, all of it.
Yeah.
What?
right
It's all
here. I can
stickers?
zoom in.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah.
Oh.
Boom. Boom. And then
Yeah.
the other side.
But
Price
it
is-
does look cool
Price
though.
is a bit stupid now that you brought it up, but you know, we're in
Yeah.
this new world. So Justifier will end up in the clearance. Maybe by you, dude.
When is season 2
He
coming
never
out?
pays full price for shit. But we're gonna see that here.
Season
I don't know,
2,
maybe.
I don't know. That's a good
I
question.
mean, the
Never
Falcon, the
finished-
latest Falcon's on clearance. Maybe you're right. Bricklock, thumbs down. All right.
Yeah, I'm
don't
definitely
know.
probably gonna wait till like
Features-
a 120 for this
We
one.
need Omega
Yeah.
to complete the set, and then you know, the microphone here in the back, kind of you know, whatever. It goes up and down. That's cool, I guess.
The hammer.
The hammer. Cad's hammer, new set. Yeah. Anyway. All right. I don't know. It's fine. I don't know. I'm mixed. I'll probably fall in love once I stare at it for.
If you go to Target and it's
That
on
happened
the
to you, Nicole? You see a
display
set and you're like, oh, cool, it's trash. And then you start falling in love.
Yeah, that's what happened to me with the globe. I was like, why the heck do I want that? Now I want it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. All right. Number
Like-
2. No, I feel you.
page.
Always happens.
Don't look too long.
We have the loop coaster, especially
Yeah.
Ooh,
with all the
that's
reviews
nice.
coming out. I think it's getting more hype as release.
It looks
date is.
awesome. It makes me so mad that I bought the other coaster.
Are you starting to feel it a bit more, Max?
Oh,
You don't
The
have, it doesn't
issue-
really fit your deal, but now you're expanding and you're becoming this new boy
I
over
know,
there.
I
He's a
know.
modular guy now.
Yeah. What are we
The
gonna
thing
build? A
is-
city? Are we gonna go to a theme park? What are we doing?
He's gonna
over
have
there?
a city and everything.
What are
If
we
I
doing?
buy
over
this-
there?
I wouldn't be able to build it for like at least maybe 3 years until I have my own space. 'Cause it's so big, it won't fit anywhere in my.
Yeah,
room.
Nicole, I don't know if you've seen this
The
built. but
girthy?
It's tall.
yeah.
It's long. Yeah.
Clip that.
Girth.
It is kind of girthy. I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I was out on it. I still at this moment, Nicole, I prefer the retired one, the red one. I know it doesn't flip or whatever, but I just think it's like,
It looks like the classic roller coaster.
Yeah,
This
this
looks
one-
like something from Six Flags.
I mean, if you look at the lift, did you notice on the front of the box, the lift kind of, you know, starts invading the top of the box where the minifigs are.
Yeah,
Do you see
yeah.
it?
No, I see that. Yeah.
And it's such a fast ride. Max, what did I told you somebody clocked
2
it at
point something.
yeah,
or-
2.3 seconds from when it
Yeah.
dropped, the ride's over, Nicole. The other one goes 7. So it's like if I'm sitting there looking at it, I like to be able to do this for 7 seconds. Here we go. You know, and this one it's like loop, 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 done. So I don't know.
You
Don't
know,
feel bad about getting the original. Nah, see, I locked it down. That was so
What's it gonna be like to
I
dust
forget what
this
year it
thing?
came out, but that was like the second or third big boy set I bought. I had to have.
That was the last like close to retiring set that I bought of
You bought the
2021.
OG
I
coaster?
bought the OG
Nice.
because I was like, I
Solid.
don't want it right now, but I know that I will want it
Yes.
soon.
Correct.
And then they released a coaster, which is, I guess that's what Lego does to us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you know what? It's not like okay, like if they
It's
built
not
the
a
same
loss.
No. But if they built the same red one and then put a loop in it, it was the same thing but better. Cool, you know, kind of how they update cars. That would not cool. That would suck. But this is
Yeah.
so different that I don't think anyone should feel bad about having the OG coaster. I think it's still going to
True.
be a classic.
True.
Highly recommend the Ferris wheel if you don't have it yet. That's
I don't have it. And
that
you know,
competes for my favorite set of all time.
I want the
The big blue
merry-go-round.
one. Yeah, I need that too. But the
The price is just
the Ferris wheel I got new in bags, so the box was broken, but the bags were new. Max, I don't know if you remember, 2.25, 250. Definitely wasn't 300. It was a freaking steal though, all sealed except for the box itself.
I saw the Ferris wheel used with the power pack,
Oof.
Installed
Yeah, I got
on
a power
it.
pack with mine too. Yeah,
and it
that's
was
another
like
$100 now.
I think it was like 210, and I was like, I'll get it next week. I'll get it next week. I don't feel like
Oof.
carrying it.
No, ma'am. You should have snagged that.
Yeah, no, gone.
Live and you learn.
Yep.
Brent found me a Porg, which I still don't have, for 60, and I was waffling on it. It got snatched up while he was in the garage sale. I know. Yeah.
Wow.
It was missing the UCS plaque, and I was quickly trying to figure out what that would cost to replace. But
Never mind.
I know
That's
I'm dumb.
Figure that out
Bored.
later.
Hey, listen, you skipped on the damn.
I did. I did.
You're the big loser here.
Live and you
right?
learn.
Yeah.
I am the big loser. It's true.
And at the number 1 spot, I think the first time ever a dual number 1.
Whoa, a tie.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Castle and ATT, the first ever
Yeah.
dual award winners. I
Rick
think
for
it's
Chris. Can't sleep on a deal. I agree, sir. Yeah, I mean, like, look,
Yeah,
Castle's
that's dope.
blowing up. Shout out to everyone that's been ahead of it. Just going back and getting the Castle stuff. A lot of the retired stuff's going up. I know there's solid collectors of that. Nicole, is this something you think you could see yourself getting into? And if you did, would it just be this one-off set so you have your Castle thing, or are you going to steer clear because it's also a slippery slope if you start getting into Castle?
See, I like castles, but it's because I'm half German, and castles is like the name of the game over there.
Sure.
So
I've had dinner in many castles there,
Yeah.
Vic Nichols and
exactly. I like all the
Signs.
medieval stuff, like even the blacksmith. So I this was on my list, like number 1 for August 1st. Yes, but I was just gonna say the stickers on the shields. All the shields have stickers. I feel like that's a
Oof.
cop out.
Oh, I saw a few thumbnails on that. Can somebody walk me through what the issue is with that? I haven't dived deep into that.
It's like all the knights' shields are stickered.
Oof.
not printed.
sit
That's,
Especially
there.
if you change
that's
factions.
terrible.
Is there
That's rough.
okay?
You want to sticker all those?
No,
That's terrible.
no.
I mean, but I
Besides it
think
being rough, though, does that mean there's variance? Though, in other words, could I sticker it with one faction or the other? Is that maybe encouraging to buy 2 sets? I don't know.
I don't know, but like, I feel like for $399, it's like,
Yeah,
and it's your 90 year.
yeah. I don't know.
You got to print those,
That's right.
even if they're all the same. You got to print them.
All right. Yeah, I'm out on it anyway. It's not for me, but I'm happy for your castle folks. I like my Disney castle, and I'm good there. ATTE, where you at on this? Nicole? I know
I
West
like it.
Coast is all in it. Really? I think it's. I mean, I like the figs.
7 a.m. we'll be up at the Lego store purchasing.
I like the figs.
I like the figs, but the vehicle.
I'm just there for Cody. ATT.
Okay,
Actually,
right.
like,
Yeah.
it could go in the back of the shelf. I'm just there for the figs.
How much are they asking for that, by the way?
140.
140.
Oof.
Yeah, before any price hike. I don't know if that includes the price hike, but
Ugh.
140.
Yeah.
What a weird time to be alive.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean,
You're gonna buy it, but you
I
respect
know I'm
it.
gonna buy it, but
You're
like
happy for everyone else.
I
You're
know.
gonna buy it, and you don't have to like it, but you are gonna buy it.
Correct. It's a sickness. You know, we the dioramas came on whenever those were leaked. I'm like, swear to you guys, not buying any of them. So
Is this the
Did you buy
Yoda one?
any of
He's like,
them?
I don't like the Yoda one, and then
now it's my favorite. Yeah.
That's your favorite.
Don't stare too long. You'll get cut.
And I'm telling you, when I first saw them, I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
I love them.
Now I have them, and it's like
All of them.
okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Well, I bought the compactor first because I don't know. It's trash. I love that scene. Whatever. And I always, by the way, I'm a sucker for when the good guys put on bad guy outfits. It probably started with Star Wars, but I've always loved that whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, got him. and then, but like as I put it in my cart and I was walking away, I'm like, and I think Max, you already had it at that point. I was like, and he showed me the beauty of the Yoda build and the green, and I'm like,
all the different colors.
green really pops. And I'm like,
Emerald.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm making a mistake, and I'm like, nah, let's come back and get that later. So I still have not bought the trench run though, because I stand by that's trash. I'll have to now to complete it.
The trench run was the last one that I picked up. I picked it up so that I could
Is it
get.
because you hated the micro fighter builds on it, or
Mini
no
builds.
figs? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, so there I saw a mock of a massive trench run, and this was like
Oh, yeah, with
they had
the
like
big
a
X-wings.
big trench run,
yeah,
like a UCS trench run. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
yeah,
You know, for like 150, I'd buy that.
yeah.
My
Or
heart.
even like 200 if they gave us like a decent X-wing with a couple
Yeah.
of ties on its ass,
And
you know,
figs,
like
yeah.
Vader. Yeah, exactly.
sure.
All right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, what are you
So,
gonna do?
I don't know, but that's where we're at on that. Max, anything else to close it out, sir?
I think we nailed everything.
I think we did. Nicole, it's been so much fun.
Thank
you know,
you so much for having me. Anytime you need a fill of space, let me know.
for sure, will do. Max, I think she only got one question wrong. I forget what it was. We'll have to watch it back. But I mean,
It was
99%
did
still
not
an
watch
A.
Kenobi. That was the only one.
Kenobi.
Does not watch Kenobi. But you know what? There's a makeup test on that, Nicole, and I know you'll get it straight.
Yep.
She's
I
going
knew
to watch it. So
I knew I didn't. I was missing.
That's right. You wanted
something
to.
today.
You gave a good answer. You said you're waiting for it to be done so you can.
I like to
binge it.
binge. I mean, I did
Yeah.
that with Mandalorian.
Have
I
you
like to
avoided
binge.
spoilers or as best?
Yeah,
you can,
I know
or-
nothing. I know absolutely nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
impressive.
was really difficult to do.
I
but
think
I know
Max
All I see
watched
on
it
TikTok.
all in a row. Nicole, we'll have to. We'll be buds, of course. But I want to hear your review because watching it real time the first few weeks, I don't know if it was slow, but it was kind of frustrating, Max, in the front half. But I do feel like the back half really picked up. Which, by the way, I think all the Mando seasons, Mando started off hot, but
yeah.
But there were dead periods where they called them like those episodic or
Filler.
throwaway episodes in the middle. Do you know what I mean? But then like they finish off with like these season finale bangers.
Keep you coming back.
Yeah, and I think Kenobi definitely ended with a bang. I don't know if anything's gonna top Mando season 2 finale with Luke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
no.
It's gonna be hard to do.
It
I wouldn't.
chills down the spine.
Men were crying around the world. But
But yeah, I have homework to do. I gotta binge that.
Fair enough. I think that works. So yeah, we'll have to get your review on that. But yeah, no, we would. I'm glad you had a good time. We would love to have you back.
Thank you guys.
As I reach for my outro music, I don't know if we have the glasses handy, but
Oh, it's back.
Yeah.
It's back.
the smooth sounds. It's been a fun show. It's been a good show. We're finally back in the studio after a few weeks out. You know what I mean?
So, a couple of janky episodes, and we're back.
We talked about a lot of things. Brent was not here for his glorious moment with BRICKSIE, but perhaps the story extends into next week. We got to hear his play-by-play, you know? So, I mean, what do you say to that? But for Max from West Coast Bricks, from our new friend, Nicole, who was amazing tonight, like I knew she would be.
Thank you.
I am Sean the right way. And this silly little show we put on every week has been a couple of brickheads. We will see you here next week for episode 46. Holy shit, Max, 46.
46.
Peace.
Going up.
Crazy. Yeah, subscribe to Nicole, Girl Bricks a Lot. Go do that before we go. Thank you.
Subscribe to these guys.
No, subscribe to her. And then subscribe to us if you have time. That's all we ask.
And smash that like button.
Smash
Do
the
it.
shit out of it.
Do it.
Bye.